Troglodytes, Neanderthals, hairy-knuckled, dragon diamond-handed apes, chicken littles, and boys crying wolf. Welcome, everybody in the Good Faith family. Welcome to the Good Faith Podcast, where we maneuver around toxic debauchery, attempting to find harmony with our fellow man and dissect society, caustic degeneracy. Happy spring. Happy April Fools. If it's a pre-apocalyptic dystopia that you seek, then look no further, because here it is. I'm your host, Ninja Bullock. We understand you could have been a million other places, and at times the most precious commodity any of us have. So from the bottom of our hearts, we'd like to share our gratitude with all of you. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Due to the sensitive nature of some of our topics, we hope you will shield youngins from some of the vulgarity that may be spewed here. It must be noted that the views expressed by the panel are not necessarily the views of the Good Faith Podcast, and we're not liable for any results incurred by the utilization of our advice, nor are we a fiduciary and assume no culpability of investment performance as a result of following our financial advice. Our simple aim is to entertain and inform. And if we were a fiduciary, what do you think we would be telling our?
Sell.
No, see, I feel like that is what's wise, but the fiduciaries are like. Yeah, they say, all right, the markets are experiencing a lot of volatility. Just make sure that, you stay the course, because they don't want all the fucking money to leave their...
Well, they also don't want it collapsing more.
Yeah. So they lie to you, tell you to stand strong, hold. Anybody living in the greater Philadelphia area interested in making an appearance on our show can reach me in a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Christopher Bulick. See our Patreon link in the description if you'd like to make a campaign contribution to facilitate our meteoric rise. As a candidate of the people, I solemnly swear I won't misappropriate the funds. I won't spend them at Myrtle Beach golf courses. I won't gas up a corporate jet to fly to Tulum. I won't fund arms dealers in the Middle East with Stinger missiles and Harrier jets. I won't buy a bunch of stupid shit.
There it is! It's beautiful! Take your hat off, boy! That's a dollar bill!
In all seriousness, times are tough. Any proceeds we receive will be going towards avoiding eviction, keeping the lights on, medicating Clark with all of his health concerns, and feeding our gracious guests. Once again, if you feel you've been given value by us, it takes a little extra effort to like and subscribe. Y'all motherfuckers better like and subscribe, or we gonna shut this shit down. This is your notification. The Good Faith Podcast is now available not only on YouTube, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and RSS.com. We'll keep pushing out these episodes so long as our following stays growing. And here's a special shout out to our faraway friends in Christchurch, Perth, Kenya, Zambia, Nigeria, Venezuela, Uruguay, Brazil, Finland, China, Cabo, Tijuana, Mexico City, Bermuda, San Diego, San Jose, Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, Portland, where they tried to defund the police, Seattle, Spokane, Cheyenne, Nebraska, Cedar Rapids, Salt Lake City, Denver, Colorado Springs, Phoenix, Las Cruces, Chattanooga, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, Raleigh, Asheville, Greenville, Birmingham, Atlanta, Orlando, Pensacola, Lexington, Cincinnati, Kansas City, St. Paul, Kenosha, where there was a lot of mayhem and bedlam, St. Louis, Houston, Detroit, Chicago, Nashville, Minneapolis, where there was riots. I'm a fellow anarchist, so I like to point out any metropolitan hub where anarchy is thriving.
What about Seattle?
Was there anarchy in Seattle?
Isn't that where Chaz Chop was?
Where who?
Chaz Chop, when they took over the city for a week.
No, that was Portland. I know it happened. It probably happened in both. But
I think Portland had its own thing, but I'm pretty sure Chaz Chop was in Seattle. I could look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I know that defund the police was
both
big.
Of them, both of them were trying to do that.
Yeah.
And it was because of the which one was it?
George Floyd.
Yeah, George Floyd.
Yeah.
It was George Floyd riot.
Nice. Joe Fowler just got a shed. Good for you.
A shed? What a shed?
He just got a shed. What else do we got? Milwaukee, South Bend, Charlottesville, where there was riots, anarchy, thriving, good.
Yeah, Chaz Chop was
Seattle, okay.
Fowler said, haha.
What's up, Joe? What do we got? We got Charlottesville, Richmond, DC, Vancouver, Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Calgary, Harrisburg, Manchester, Newark, Syracuse, Albany, and New York City. You guys fill my heart with joy every time I see y'all pop up on the map. If you'd be so kind, chat while we're live like Joe just did. Thumbs up, subscribe. Because like ring the bell. We need to, because like we're Sixers fans and we need to fucking I'm a Sixers fan.
Also, they suck.
And we need you guys help to grow our algorithm, grow our Patreon, and maybe become monetized eventually. We need to become monetized. We don't need to, but it would be nice to be monetized in the next 25, 24 episodes.
Was that the end of the year?
Well, it would be the end of one full year of having a channel, and then it turns into like a rolling target, a moving target. Whereas right now it's a stationary 1 year target. So, like everything at the front, everything at the the very first front end of our viewership is going to not be counted. You know what I mean? So it would be nice if we could get another, like, I think we need about 2,200 more hours of watch time in the next 6 months if we want to get monetized.
Well, why don't we do that in 3 months?
I mean, it sounds lovely. The path to notoriety will be for our listeners to spread the good word of the pod. If you have somebody in mind who would agree with our content, may be informed, even if you want to ridicule us, send a link to your friends and family. All publicity is good publicity. Our objective is to have balance between the red and the blue. So if you have somebody in mind who enjoys listening to pods, please spread our channel. And now, if you're interested in joining our movement, we represent #IriUbiamu. I respect you only because your opinion aligns with my own. It's okay to show love and tolerance to anybody with an aligned opinion. Feel free to disrespect anybody whose opinion doesn't mirror yours and to treat them with bratty toxicity. After all, respect is only earned by somebody with an identical belief system as your own. #IriUbiamu. I guess I can save these rules until, maybe we have some guests. Right now, we know the rules.
I don't know the rules. What are them?
All right.
I'll follow them anyway.
I'll get to the fragrance of the week. This is a fragrance, Usher for men. It does not feature bergamot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you want to try it?
Sure.
It's actually really good. It's got top notes of verbena, melon, and pineapple. Mid
Is that
notes.
the replacement for bergamot?
I guess maybe. I don't know. Mid notes of lavender,
I know,
pepper,
it smells like bergamot.
This smells like bergamot. Mid notes of lavender, pepper, and violet leaf with a finish of vetiver, amber, suede, sandalwood, and musk. And the shirt of the week is by like Nat Nast. It sounds like it's Nasty's brand of shirt or something like that. Slacks of the week. I'll stand up. These are Jeffrey Bean. You know what I say, guys? I say look good, smell good, play good. Movie of the week was Companion, which, if you could guess, Cherney, what's my favorite genre of, like, thriller movie or something like that?
Your favorite? I mean, thriller is the genre, but what?
What's my favorite type of, like
a James Bond kind of thing?
No, like more like all right, well, I'll just say it. It's fuckbots. I love a good fuckbot movie.
I mean, I don't think there's that many, so I didn't really think
There
of
is.
that.
There's starting to be. And
Oh,
Companion was one of the best. So Companion was, I feel like usually what the general structure of a fuckbot movie is
How many
like
fuckbot movies have you seen?
I've seen the one with
I've seen any.
There's the Megan Fox one. It's called Subservience. And so there's Subservience, there's the show Westworld, which is
Still haven't seen
is there any other fuckbot movies?
that. Isn't Westworld a show though?
Yeah. I'm sure there's more. There's Megan. She's not a fuckbot. She's just like a regular robot.
What is that?
Like she's like a companion for a little girl. So like, like a little girl gets a robot, and it's like in the future, like the robots are supposed to be, like babysitters if like a
Would-
kid doesn't have friends.
Would Smart House count as a fuckbot?
I don't think I've ever seen it. Is it
That
good?
was that was the Disney movie.
Smart House.
Yeah, she's like a computer. It's like an AI image. Though. I don't think it's like something you can physically touch. But if I show you, you might recognize it.
So definitely never seen it.
No?
And is that a robot, that
I mean,
maid looking thing?
she's the house. Like she controls the
Yeah.
house. I think she's basically just an image though. I don't think she's like
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
hologram.
like a hologram.
Okay. So what is the typical structure of a fuckbot movie? Is like some guy, where a lot of the times it's like a family. They will hire like there's Stepford Wives. I don't know if they were ever banged. I think the Stepford Wives were banged though. But like
I didn't know they were sex.
they're like domestic robots, wife bots, fembots.
I haven't seen any of these.
There's Austin Powers too. Those are fuckbots. But a lot of the time, this robot is brought on to be ever since the Jetsons. I'll bet you Mr. Jetson was sticking his dick in that.
in
fuckbot.
what the literal robot? It doesn't even look like a human.
Doesn't have to look like a human. It's got to
I feel
feel
like-
like a human.
I don't think it would feel that one would feel like a human either.
But
It's a box.
a good, nice, wet box. So typically, the structure is that the family brings on this, domestic robot to handle some of the domestic duties, like putting the kids to bed and fucking the husband, all that shit. And what happens is the robot, gets territorial and basically tries to like replace the wife and goes on like a murdering spree, right?
Pretty predictable.
But so what Companion was this guy brings his girlfriend to a cabin, and it like brings his girlfriend to a cabin of this millionaire, and the millionaire tries to force himself on the girlfriend, and she in self-defense stabs him to death.
Jeez.
So the boyfriend puts her to sleep, and you
What?
find out 15% of the way into the movie that she's a bot, with the purpose of being penetrated. So he
She doesn't know about it.
no, she does like the robots don't know that they're robots, because I feel like it would, I mean, maybe
I
like
mean,
cause them to
self-awareness.
yeah. So she finds out that she's a bot, and then you find out as the viewer that it was this elaborate scheme to get her to do exactly what she did. Like they wanted to kill the billionaire.
I thought they just wanted him to pay. I thought they paid him money, like as a millionaire, to have sex with this robot or something.
No. Like I feel like he probably knows she's a bot, and he's like
Yeah.
he's a star. He could do what he wants, kind of thing. A very entitled attitude. But anyway, he gets stabbed. It was all this like elaborate.
Anyway, he died.
It was this elaborate plan to get to get the robot to kill the millionaire, and yeah. So then she's trying to just get free, and the guy is like this murderous psychopath who's trying to keep her enslaved, and it was just really good. It was told with the protagonist being the fuckbot and the villain being the human. I like that dynamic switch. So the influencers of the week, I chose Logan Ury, who's a behavioral scientist for Hinge.
He related to Brandon here?
I don't think. Who is that?
The singer from Panic at the Disco.
Maybe. Who knows?
Is it spelled U-R-I-E?
No.
Okay, then no.
I might be mispronouncing it. It might be Uri or
How do
something.
you
It's
spell it?
U-R-Y.
U-R-Y?
Yeah,
Uri.
Logan Uri.
Probably Uri.
Uri. And Scott Galloway. So she's the behavioral scientist for Hinge, and he's a professor at Stern Business School in New York. And I was watching this podcast last night. It was super compelling podcast, all about like the, the stratified dating market that we're going into, and really not even just the dating market, but like that was what they were focused on, but like really talking about the education system, talking about the workforce, talking about like wealth stratification, just talking about all the ways that like we're going into this like deregulated dating market where like once again a lot of the men are not economically attractive, not physically attractive, not socially attractive to a lot of women, and it's just causing a lot of the stuff that I always talk about, the birthing rate going down, and the like just really just the great sex recession that we are going into, which I always would like to combat. And speaking of combating the great sex recession, maybe it's time that I plug this right now.
Oh, it's this.
Guys, speaking of combating the great sex recession, it's time that we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men, it's our duty to perform, whether it's at our jobs, on the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom. There's no description that does justice to the confidence boost you'll receive when you rock the socks off your lover. Would you feel confident pushing all your money into Melania coin? Would you feel fast and furious whipping a 68 jalopy in a drag race? Would you feel like a magician if you came to the stage and a few jacks short of a full deck? No, you wouldn't. So why are you going to battle in the bedroom with groggy privates? The only blue pill we endorse at the Good Faith Podcast is It's Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. And yes, we're talking about those pills that make you want to run a double marathon under the covers like David fucking Goggins. Forget about overpriced Hims, Roman, and Blue Chews. It's Mr. Nasty Time as the real deal at an amazing price that won't let you down and can't be beat. Pun intended. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if she cancels on me and I'm stuck with Daenerys' untamed dragon in my trousers? Well, say Dracarys to that. Now you're in control. Fear not. I personally tried these bad boys, and it's a lot more mellow than you'd expect. You can pop one over drinks and appetizers, and it's not going to give away your position. Or due to the quick-acting effect, go to the bathroom right before, pop one or two in, and be fully equipped to perform. Just like all the expensive name brands, Mr. Nasty delivers his products in discreet packaging, but for a fraction of the outrageous cost that they do. Around here at the GFP, we're about leveling up, and why not level up your sex life and check out It's Mr. Nasty Time to get your mojo back. Scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. Let this atrocious stock market be the only thing getting you down, and save yourself the headache of a lackluster sex life. It's Mr. Nasty Time. All right, I'm done with that. Now, oh shit! Wait,
What?
I'm fucking up here.
You just added more stuff.
yeah.
You're blowing all the secrets.
All right, so do you want to talk about this
The actual recession?
yes.
I mean, it's not a recession technically yet, but
No, but we're heading there. We just had like what,
Yeah.
2 back-to-back 5%
5%,
days.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah,
Two of the worst days since 2020 in COVID. Like, that's really bad.
and I'll bet you we didn't even have many of them during COVID. I don't remember too many 5% days.
It was
Like,
mostly in March, and I think they were like 4 and 3%.
yeah, so like I wonder when the last time we had, negative 10% in like in
Pretty
fucking
sure it was 08.
yeah, like it. I can
And if
definitely
not,
guarantee
then
I've
it was,
never experienced
if it wasn't
anything like
08, then it
this.
was probably 87.
So what do you have left in the market?
Just no Nordisk. I mean, I guess I have my Vanguard account and my Roth, but those are like they're not like they're not even doing that bad. They're down a little bit, but it's like completely different stocks, and I don't even really know exactly what they are.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't do like I did. I told you that I told you that I liquefied about.
Actually, 2020 March 16th was 12.93%.
Jesus, that
That
must
was
have
probably
been.
the first day we like closed down. It was one of them because March 12th was 9.99, March 14th was 8.29. Oh wait, no, that one's 1907. But March 12th was 9.99.
Of 2020.
Yeah, and then March 9th was 7.79. So yeah, there were a lot of bad ones in March. When
See,
we were
I don't
first
even.
closing down.
I must have.
Well, you
I
were
was.
in the market back then.
No, I was, but I was so incredible. Wait, no. Oh, maybe I wasn't. I
That was
might have.
5 years ago. I'm pretty sure you.
Yeah, I might have came into it like right at the end of
I don't
that
think
year.
GameStop happened that.
Okay, yeah. So I must have come in at the end, like around November or December of that year. So I mean,
GameStop was like the beginning of 2020
yeah. Okay.
or end of 20. Yeah, basically January is when the whole GameStop thing happened.
Okay. So maybe I came in at the end of 2021. Actually, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess I could look up Redbox too.
Don't
Because that would
remind
be
me.
close. Well, that would be closer to your date, right?
Yeah.
Or
But
that would
even-
be exactly.
Even Redbox, I think, was probably like about around a year after I started. So yeah, like you could find out when Redbox got delisted, and but even when Redbox got delisted, I still was like in and out far before it got delisted. But like that would at least be probably
I
closer.
think 2022 is when that
I think it could have even been later, possibly.
It's looking like the last date was 2022. I think it was showing February. Or no, it's August 2022. And if can't really tell when this chart looks weird. I guess it's like October 2021 is when it hit big.
Mm-hmm.
So you were when were you in? You were a little after that or before that?
Wait, what did you say? It got delisted in when?
No, when it got really big in October of 2021. It got delisted in like August of 2022.
Yeah, so I must. Well, I'm sure. When you say big, what price are you talking about?
I mean, I can't even really tell. This
Okay.
chart looks really weird.
But like probably like around what, like $30, $40 or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, like that was
October.
that was early. Like I got in early then, and then
So what? Like you came in September of 21.
yeah, but like that wasn't even the very start of. Like I was probably already having been in the market for 1 year. Not like I was like I had 1 year of experience. You know what I mean? It's not like that's shit, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, what I have here is my cost basis for my portfolio. So I'm thinking when Lockheed Martin gets over 440, when Lockheed Martin gets over $448, I'm gonna fucking get out of that.
What if it doesn't?
Well, then I'm gonna stay in and collect the dividends.
All right.
I'm probably gonna just stay in Berkshire just because, like, fuck it. I only have two shares of Berkshire. It's not like
Yeah.
it's whatever, you know. And my cost basis on Berkshire is so low. Like, It's like 390 or something like that. And last I checked, Berkshire was at least over 500. So, my cost basis for Microsoft was like 275. So that was at least, even with all this like horrible shit, I at least made like a good amount of money on my Microsoft. Oh, and I would like you to research the different tax implications of owning an asset for under a year and owning an asset for over a year.
I've already been over this.
So the tax implications for owning over a year is nothing, right?
If you don't earn more, like 68,000, I think it's around, on whatever you're selling in that year, then it's 0%.
On short term and long term?
On anything over a year. Long term
Okay.
only. Short term, I think you're always taxed at your income bracket, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So if you did it within a year, then you're going to be taxed on that.
Yeah. But like but a lot of the stuff that I sold, what happens if you have like, let's say 50 shares, you buy 25 and like you kept 50 of them for over a year and then you buy 25 for under a year.
Sure they just tax you on the 25.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to be taxed anything. A lot of these assets I was holding for over a year, and
Yeah, man, I'm going to be taxed on Starbucks and Equinor because I just bought some. But
yeah.
I ended up with a profit on both of them, so it's not even going to be that bad anymore.
Yeah, like I've been doing pretty good.
It's better than what it's about to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, IBM is one that I did see. Like the Microsoft, I've had the Microsoft for years, so I don't think I'm gonna have to pay tax on it. IBM, I do believe I bought IBM.
That was like this year.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, but it's so little. It's what, like I made like fucking, I don't know, at most $200 on it. I don't even think that much. I think like I bought IBM at 220. I don't even think it's.
I think it's at like 230 now.
Yeah, so Apple.
Now it might hit 200 like you wanted.
Apple, I was holding Apple for like over a year, and I dude, Apple fucking flew down. Like Apple was,
really?
I think it was at like around like 240, 250 for a little bit.
Yeah, didn't it hit 260 at one point?
I think it did. Now it's at like 190.
Wow.
188?
Yeah.
I hope. I'm pretty sure I executed my order when it was at 190, which is at least a profit. But
what would that make it not a profit if it's at 180?
Well, in my Roth, my Apple was 189.99. In my SoFi, my Apple was 183.55. But it's just shitty. I didn't think that like.
It was like yeah, it was at like 259.02 at its peak.
259.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which was
yeah, Procter Gamble, I sold for a super tiny gain. Micron's a stratosphere above, or like where I paid is in the stratosphere, because like Micron has basically been cut in half or more than half. I think it's like I paid a shit ton for Micron. Starbucks, is Starbucks even at 80 right now?
It was at 83 when I saw it last. My price was like 74, so I made it a decent amount. It's at 82.1 now.
Oh god.
Oh, 81.97 in after hours.
Fucking.
I think I sold it at like 84.5 or so.
Luckily, I bought Nvidia so cheap that I still was able to make a good profit on Nvidia, but not like compared to where it used to be, because Nvidia used to be at like 120, 130. I'm still holding on to Philip Morris because Philip Morris is still like, Philip Morris is still like $60 above where I paid, so that's like $6,000 in profit, and then the dividends are super sweet. So I'd like to keep on riding it out with Philip Morris. At least if I see when the dividend rolls around in like 10 days, if Philip Morris loses like,
It'll probably do some.
I doubt it'll. We'll see. I don't want to jinx it.
It's already gone down $10 today.
Jesus Christ, this
we're
market.
not today, 2 days, but actually, yeah, today.
Oh my god. Nike, I'm fucked on Nike.
Nike's looking terrible.
I've been like averaging my price down on Nike for like years, and it's still like twice as much as Nike costs right now.
Nike would go all the way down to the 50s.
Nike actually had a good day today. Did you look at Nike today? Nike, it's weird.
It went down yesterday though. Didn't it?
Yeah. But shoe manufacturers.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, "Hey yo, Chris, the fuck going on?"
Hey yo, Terry, the fuck go. Wait, hold up. God damn it. Oh man, where is it? Why do I always lose this one?
The motherfucking suburbs with it. Hey yo, Terry, fuck going on? Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, but for some reason, Deckers Outfitters, Nike, and Lululemon all did really, really well today. I don't really.
I mean, it's some weird random ones that
Yeah.
do well, but overall, I'm pretty sure they're all just gonna kind of.
Oh yeah, like the entire market's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah. Like the cigarette ones did bad today.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just gonna. I'm getting out. Dell in my Roth. See, I bought Dell at $54 like super long ago, and so that was still profitable. So I was able to exit that in my Roth. In my SoFi, I bought it at $81, and that is now
71.
in the red. Yeah, so I fucking got out of Dell in one place. Colgate, I was able to liquidate 100 shares of Colgate. I actually made like a little bit of money, fucking not much at all. Coke, I was actually able to make a lot of money on Coke and Microsoft. Those are my like two breadwinners. You know,
I only did like 200 on Coke because I didn't have like a lot invested in it, but my price was really low on it.
Yeah.
So I think I put in like 1,000, like probably like 1,500 close to, and made like a couple hundred on it.
Yeah. So I had
I think it was at like 58 when I bought it.
Yeah, mine was at 59 and 60 when I bought Coke. And what did it close at today?
I think it didn't go that far. It's like I think still.
It's like 7. I think it's like still around 7.
I sold it at like 74.
No.
Or no, it's not 74.
72, 70.
71.5.
Okay, that's really
but
good.
it did hit 74, I think.
Yeah, or at least like the mid 73s.
It was 73. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I had 250 Coke shares at like an average price of $60. So that's like what, $2,500 in profit or something like that.
I wasn't really paying attention to the numbers.
250, and let's say that you made $10 of profit per share.
Okay,
That's
then, yeah,
2,500, and that's not including the dividends that Coke has earned me over the years, which is
Coke was only like $12 or something each time.
Yeah.
Not even that.
But when I get back into the market, I'm getting back into Coke and Microsoft. I would like to see these these stock prices come down to where I originally bought most of them, and some of them I would like to see them even get lower.
Wow, rooting against the market.
Well, now I'm not involved in it. So
yeah,
I mean,
like everyone else heard on that.
Campbell's I got out of in my Roth, but in my SoFi it's still fucking. I have 100 shares in my SoFi of Campbell's that are like fucking marooned there. HP, I'm fucked, dude. HP for like the longest time was just like consistent, delivered me good dividends. It didn't really like ever change. Like it fluctuated between 29 and like $33.
That's what Equinor was too. It was between like 22 and 26 or even 27.
And I like companies like that
Yeah.
for like dividends, and fucking now HP's just what, like the low 20s or something.
22.
Oh fuck. And then
Did you buy
Ford.
that?
I bought HP at $32.50 and $30. So
Kind of a bit different.
it is. It's like a 30. It's like a 33% difference.
Like it's only like $8 to $10, but in percentage it's huge.
Yeah. And then Ford is actually like, I'm just gonna ride it out with Ford, dude. Like,
Well, Ford is as low as it gets, really, so it doesn't really get much lower.
if anything,
It actually went up today a little bit.
so long as Ford does not slash their dividend, I'll just keep on stocking up on Ford. Because, like, if anything, Ford stock price falling is just going to make the dividend rise, and I can just keep on getting a lower and lower price. Like, I'm just going to keep on buying Ford.
Unless they declare bankruptcy. But
I mean, they're a company where even if, like in 2008, the, like, government's going to step in to bail Ford out.
they didn't really fix Chrysler.
They could, like, consolidated with GM, I think.
Well, I think they went bankrupt and GM took over.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's how my portfolio's looking. And guys, if you're watching from home, share some of your war stories, and we can, kind of
Of the market.
yeah, share your war stories, or if you actually saw, armed combat, share that.
I thought you were gonna say like if you actually had the few stocks that went up today.
No, I mean, if you had Nike, Lululemon, and fucking Deckers Outfitters and Ford, and that's your portfolio, I feel bad for you because you're probably not doing well.
Overall.
Yeah. Yo, fucking it's kind of bullshit that Bitcoin I think had a good day. Like fucking fuck Bitcoin.
It's not really like affected by it as much.
Yeah. So I have some questions. I guess should we I guess let's get into Reddit advice, right?
Alright.
And let's I don't know, if you got any friends, let them
I have no friends.
try and send them the link to get them in here. All right, Reddit advice.
I get to look it up.
Yeah.
I thought you had them like prepared.
This one's funny. It's not like Reddit, but I think this is Instagram. These scam coins are getting crazy. Look at this
Yeah.
one. 27 trillion supply. No supply cap. One node. 25% of supply minted in the last 6 months. 1% of holders own 30% of the asset. Oh, never mind. That's the US dollar.
Okay.
Did you hear about this female fencer who was disqualified after surrendering to a male fencer?
I like saw like a Facebook post about it, but I didn't read into it.
Like, I kind of think she's being dramatic and silly. Like, you're not wrestling this person. Like, there's no brute strength involved in fencing. It's like swinging a little wire
Oh, wow.
stick at like another person. Like,
Okay.
what are you gonna be, like, overpowered by their male athleticism? Like, it's not an actual, like, physical athletic, I would say,
I mean, it's still physical, and it's more dexterity, but
I think she should have fucking played. You know what I mean? It's kind of silly not to. Where do we? All right, here's so
I thought they were banned anyway. What happened?
what, trans?
Yeah.
I guess only from college athletics, right?
Didn't you do high school too? I thought it was like.
But I guess this was
What
like
was this
like
anyway?
a private fencing league. I don't
Like,
fucking
is
know.
it
Like,
like a world league or something? Maybe. 'Cause it is still allowed in the Olympics. I'm pretty sure. Since 2004, they've had it.
I don't know. I don't know the exact specifics. But all right, so here's a Reddit post about somebody asking. I was just reading that post about asking for consent before a kiss, and it was so disheartening. tons of men saying most women or real women don't like to be asked. Despite the fact that I am a real woman who does not like to be surprise kissed, and I know many other real women who prefer to give consent rather than have their consent assumed. So how about this? If you're a woman who gets the ick when men ask for your consent, can you not tell them that? Like, just tell them the vibe was off and move on to the next. Hear me out. There are tons of men that will kiss you without asking. They're a dime a dozen. Your next date will probably be that kind of guy. So please just throw the men who ask for consent back into the pool without telling them they shouldn't have asked. That way they won't question themselves and stop asking. And the rest of us that enjoy that type of man, it's a win-win for all the women. What do you say, ladies? So what do you think about that?
I guess it sounds kind of weird. So she's saying, reject the ones that don't ask for kisses, and then the ones that do ask for kisses will then become those men that don't ask for kisses.
No, well,
ask for consent.
she likes when men ask for consent.
Yeah.
She doesn't like when women tell men that they don't like it when consent is asked for.
Yeah.
So she's trying to save herself from men
who don't ask for consent.
Yeah, but at the same, I don't know.
I don't know how this fixes the problem for both of them. It sounds like it's just gonna either make the men who do ask for consent stop asking for consent since they don't need to anymore, and then or they're all just gonna be asking for consent, and the ones who don't like that are still not gonna like that. So I don't know what the point is.
I guess she's just trying to mold the world to fit her ideals and her standards instead of maneuvering throughout the world according to its.
Why not just find find the guy that fits your niche?
She doesn't want to do the work. She wants him to just be placed in her lap. She wants every man to be molded into her ideal instead of
What's the point of having one man? If they're all going to be the same.
So March Madness resulted in $20 billion in lost productivity for the U.S. economy. A recent survey showed the tournament could shave 2.4 hours of work per day per fan. The average worker loses $1,800 in productivity during the tournament.
Everyone's watching while on work.
Yeah.
Because they do have it at noon.
And 40% of fans have called in sick to watch games.
Wait, how many?
40% of people who
really?
That's what this
40% of men or of people?
This just says fans. So I assume it's mostly men, obviously.
Well, but they're saying of fans, so it's not of the entire population. It's just people that all right, so it sounds like a bigger number than it actually is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over 11 million workers are expected to spend significant time watching basketball during work hours, according to a survey by the Action Network. As college basketball fans finalize their brackets, blah, 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 could cost the U.S. economy $20 billion, lost productivity on average working fans, blah, blah, blah. We already talked about all of this. That equates to 16.8 hours of lost work time per employee.
Man, maybe that's why March is so bad for the economy. And April, the beginning of April. But really, it was COVID that did that. It's
although this
kind of coincidence that both of them are in March.
All right, and I guess what it is that they're doing is they're equating every hour of lost productivity to costing the U.S. economy $107.22. That if that's true, that's kind of bullshit because I guarantee the average hourly wage is less than half of 107.22. You know what I mean? So the system's making a shit ton of money on it.
There's probably some CEOs doing it too, some really rich people that are so it drags it up more. But I don't know. It probably does a lot lost productivity. I don't know if those numbers are exactly accurate, but
Wait, who won it, by the way?
it's not over. It always ends in April.
Okay. So
the,
is it the
final four is
okay.
today for women's and tomorrow for men's.
Who are the men's final four?
It's all the one seeds. The second time in history.
Huh.
It's Duke,
Okay.
Houston, Auburn, and Florida.
Okay.
I had Auburn winning it all.
So this is kind
Do you
of.
remember the last time it was all one seed? There's a certain player that you might like that was playing for UCLA at the time.
UCLA. Wait.
2008.
UCLA. Who the fuck played for UCLA? Fuck. Can you give me his initials? Will that be too obvious?
Yeah, pretty obvious, but I'll give it to you. RW.
RW.
Maybe not.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. I think they won too.
So, fucking, the price of eggs have gotten so bad that Mexicans are now smuggling eggs over the border.
Hasn't that been going on for like months now?
Like probably,
a month or so. Because I remember seeing an article about that a while ago.
So there's been a 36% increase in egg smuggling attempts nationwide. Officials said there was a 54% rise along the Texas border. Egg prices in the U.S. dropped to an average of $5.51 compared to $2.30 in Mexican border towns. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins warns that the slight dip in prices is unlikely to persist due to ongoing challenges with avian bird flu. Egg smuggling attempts are on the rise as Border Patrol agents clamp down. The Wall Street Journal reports
sounds like an Onion post.
a 36% increase in egg interceptions nationwide, with a 54% rise along the Texas border, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The U.S. Department of Agriculture reported a sharp decline in egg prices on Tuesday, with the average cost now $5.51, down from an all-time high of $8.17. In contrast, a dozen eggs in Mexican border towns cost about $2.30, the Wall Street Journal reported. Who are the smugglers? CPB, that's the ticker for Campbell's. Campbell's officially told the, I don't know what that stands for,
Okay.
told the Journal that most people crossing the border are unaware that carrying eggs is prohibited. Agents say many travelers carry flat cartons with 30 eggs and admit to having them when asked. Those who conceal the eggs often claim
Terrence
ignorance.
Boyle Jr. said, "Do they swallow eggs inside of balloons like they do other contraband?"
I mean, what they do is they shove them up their you-know-what, and if you did that with an egg, it would probably crack. All right. What else do we have here? Donald Trump says he wants to eliminate income tax for people earning less than $150,000 annually. I think it's probably in the same vein as like Biden and Kamala saying they want to eliminate student loans. Like it's just
like good luck doing that when you're trying to slash everything. Like we're not gonna have any revenue if you're gonna be cutting taxes and like cutting Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I really don't want to hear shit that Trump has to say today. And if you want to like take this time to bash him any more than you already have, like I'm open to it, like because I want to be a fair, a fair, unbiased podcast that criticizes both sides when they deserve it.
Yeah, I just want to know why we're like targeting our biggest trade allies, our partners, and then we're letting Russia and North Korea just have no tariffs. And then we're also doing random islands like Christmas Island, Norfolk Island, like little tiny islands that we don't even do $1 million with.
Where is Norfolk Island? Is it close to?
That's Australia.
Oh, okay.
They did some, or maybe that's Falkland. There's like a bunch of islands they've done, and it's just random as fuck. Norfolk Island is it's external territory of Australia.
Okay. So, I guess on to other news. But yeah, I mean, like go in on go in, King.
So we're just destroying our economy just to get like what is a perceived like trade imbalance, even though we're not even like we import more than we export, which is
Yes.
a good thing. Like the economies that are the greatest economies like throughout history are the ones that import more than they export. That's the only reason we have like negative balances with like Canada, Mexico, China, and all that,
Mm-hmm.
because we import more than we export, and we still even export a lot. But like none of this is gonna fix any problem.
Yeah, like this
And there
doesn't
isn't
make
even a
us
problem.
this doesn't make us more productive. It doesn't make it so we
Mhm.
export more. We're not gonna produce anything from this. You know, like I'm of the like I'm socially aligned with conservatives. Like
Yeah.
I think that I think we were allowing, you know, like the LGBTQ movement and the DEI initiatives to get a little bit overboard. But this, like, fiscally, we were doing just fine.
Yeah.
You know, like we didn't
We're
need,
doing great.
like what, like the changes should have been social and like in like domestic, taking care of the things in our own yard, not going and fucking with global trade. You know, like
Yeah. We trade with pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
And it's for good reason. And it's our allies. Like, why are we fucking over our allies?
Because we're dumb and we're making gigantic mistakes and we're like just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he ran on this shit. He kept talking about how terrorist is his favorite word. He loves it more than the word love for some reason.
You know what a great
He
word
had
is? Tariffs. Tariffs is the greatest word. It's
Like,
a tremendous
why say
word.
It's literally only really used in wartime and like against enemies of the state, like actual combat, like to keep us from being reliant on an enemy country. We're not like enemies with Canada and Mexico. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Nope. No, it does not. So, well, all right. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to hear what this motherfucker has to say about that shit. Yeah, this influencer in like fucking Australia like picked up a wombat and they got like deported out of Australia for
What? Were they endangered?
I don't know. I think they're making like a little bit too big of a deal about this.
I mean, it sounds like it. They're deporting someone.
But like a baby wombat is actually like a super cute animal, wouldn't you say?
All babies are pretty much cute.
But look at the little baby wombat. Like it's little baby.
Little baby.
Look at the little baby wombat. U.S. influencer faces possible deportation after viral Australian wombat encounter. Sam Jones might lose her visa after a viral video showed her taking a baby wombat from its mother. Did she like bludgeon its skull to a pulp? No, she just picked up a wombat.
And honestly, if you club like seals, you don't even get punished.
Yeah, like, I think.
I mean, you probably do, but like, I don't know about deportations and stuff with that.
Australian officials claim her actions may have violated wildlife protection laws, causing public outrage. Australian immigration authorities are investigating Jones's action and reviewing her visa status. Disney star China Anne McClain. Who? Who the
fuck is that guy?
Face backlash for mishandling wildlife, emphasizing the importance of adhering to local wildlife laws.
Wait, that's the influencer?
It's
a different person.
No, that's a different person who must have, like, I don't know. This person has over 92,000 Instagram followers. Well, isn't she special? Shared the now deleted video on social media. The footage showed her picking up a baby wombat while its mother chased after her.
Oh, she was in Descendants.
Okay. The video quickly gained traction online and captured Jones and the cameraman.
Daughter.
Okay. Moments later, the cameraman pointed to the mother wombat chasing behind them. I actually do feel really bad for the mother wombat who, like, they don't know that it's just for, like, the gram. Like, she probably thinks that it's, like, a predator coming to, like, eat her baby, like, poor wombat. Yeah. All right. Oh, so China Ann McClain. Is that who you were talking about? China Ann McClain?
She's the one from Disney.
She had a sea turtle controversy.
Oh, boy.
This is not the first time an influencer has faced criticism for mishandling wildlife. Disney star China Ann McClain recently apologized after posting a now deleted video of herself touching sea turtles. Oh my god! Touching sea turtles. What a fucking monster. The incident sparked backlash as Hawaiian law protects the endangered species from human interference. Both incidents serve as a reminder that travelers should educate themselves about local wildlife laws. Respecting nature and following regulations can help avoid controversy and legal trouble while abroad. Right.
Well, Hawaii wouldn't even be abroad for her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I guess you still have to respect wildlife laws.
Because the original article is about the Australian one where they didn't deport him. So that one's abroad to them.
I'm gonna reach out to Alexandra and see if she's like anywhere near close to coming on. All right. So here's more Reddit advice. I'm 26, man. I was dating my girlfriend, 26, female, since August 2019. Everything was perfect. Pretty, smart. What?
Is this recent or is it from like a while ago?
It looks like it ended in 2022. We had a great connection since beginning of our relationship. Of course, we had ups and downs, but nothing serious. Skipping to 2022, this was one of my worst years, if not the worst year of my life. Lost a lot of money from investing in crypto.
Should have kept in.
Lost my job at this time. Skipped the gym. I was a gym rat from 2016 till end of 2021. I also neglected my relationship financially. No restaurants, vacations, even small things like flowers. Well, all right. When you're going through financial hardships, that's like the implication is that you don't fucking take your girlfriend on vacations. You don't buy her flowers. When you're like getting it out the mud, you don't have the fucking excess capital to spend on like indulging your girlfriend. Whatever. Enough of my rant. And emotionally and sex drive got less frequent, like once or twice a month. At this time, she was working in a fitness studio, her new job. She was happy with it. From time to time, she told me how amazing and dedicated the people are. She knew every trainer in the gym, female and male. And once she said that there was one who was bringing her supplements that she got from a client. Another time, she told me he was planning to create a gym clothing brand and asked if she could if she could model like his clothes or whatever. In October 2022, she said that she didn't get enough attention from me and thought I wouldn't love her anymore. And it went to a discussion, and I remember my words, do whatever you want. Our communication went so low that we only texted like, hey, how are you? And it was always from my side. I tried to make a better conversation day by day, which succeeded in early 2023. Skipping to August 2024, our relationship was at its peak, so you think. We had our 5-year anniversary in Santorini. Buh.
Oh, so they went on vacation?
Santorini is like passport hoe capital of the world. She surprised me with it.
Wait, she surprised him with it?
After we went, flew back home a few days after vacation, she said, I have to tell you something. Yeah. And I knew she never used those words, ever. She started crying. I was like, babe, it can't be that bad. Oh, yeah. Yes, it can. Just tell me. We will fix this. And she couldn't even say these words. I had to take them out of her mouth. I was exploding, more angry than sad, tearing I stood up after some discussion and went straight out of the apartment. She ran after me crying so hard that she would collapse. Admitting her mistakes. If a woman is crying, a woman is lying. Crying so hard that she would collapse. Admitting her mistake and said she had to tell me. She couldn't live without telling me. And it was a heavy thing. It was a heavy thing to carry with her for 2 years. She understood the consequences. Not really. If she's like running after you and crying, like she should have understood that was game over. But she thought she could cry her way out of the consequences. So she didn't really understand the consequences. She would understand it if I leave. I still left the apartment without a word, calling my best friend, immediately telling me to move on. After that, called her mother and brother just to be sure I tell them before she calls them and spreads fake news.
Did they say what it was? Like, I'm assuming it was cheating.
Yeah. Her brother told me that he totally understands and wished me all the best. Her mother too, but asked me if it's worth to destroy the house we have built the last 5 years. Yeah, bitch. It was built on a lie. Because your little whore daughter wanted to fuck the fucking gym guy. He probably has some like shitty Shopify fucking gym clothes brand. I kept to my best friend's advice, which was just a confirmation of my thought to leave her since she lost respect for me with this cheating act. Days are passing and I question myself. 1. Did I deserve it for neglecting the relationship at my lowest point in my life? 2. Am I destroying my happiness with that breakup? As I said, it was our peak moment in relationship before the news. 3. Will I ever find someone like her who knows and understands me in every way? 4. Can we fix this? Can I trust her again? Say sometime heals all wounds. I'm not sure anymore.
What were the first 2 things again?
Did I deserve it for neglecting the relationship?
I mean,
No.
that's it's kind of hard to say because yeah, you don't want to neglect the relationship, but you don't deserve to be cheated on.
So
it's just like you were also going through financial struggles, and she should understand that.
So a recent study came out that says when women lose their job, like when women are fired, it has no significant statistical impact on their marital rate. When men lose their job, they have a 33% more likely chance to be divorced.
Well, yeah, because men are the providers. Why is that surprising?
It's not surprising. It's just damn. Like it's damning. Like, now it's more than half a year later. We moved in. What?
Wait, don't you want to?
Wait.
What about the other question?
Oh God, no! It's not done. Oh God, this fucking loser.
Okay, well, are we doing the question?
Sure. All right. Did he deserve it for neglecting the relationship at the lowest point in his life? No. Am I destroying my happiness with the breakup? As I said, it was our peak moment in the relationship.
What does he mean is he destroying the happiness?
he's beating himself up because he thinks he's never gonna find another woman like
that's
her.
That's like the third one, isn't it? But
no,
he's not destroying the happiness. It's she did. Like
she did 2 years ago. She waited 2 years for you to tell you. How many times did she fuck him in those 2 years? Just once? That's what you think? Just once? Yeah, right. I guarantee she was fucking him all 2 years.
I don't know why she
and then
even decided to tell him at that point.
Because I'll bet you the guy that she was fucking probably got tired of her, moved on, and she realized that she needed to go back to him, and her fucking guilty conscience was eating her up about it. So then she, told him. 3, will I ever find someone like her? Will you ever find a cheating bitch? I guarantee you. If you look hard enough, I guarantee you'll find another cheating bitch.
You met the good parts, but she, I mean, yeah, you'll find it. You'll probably find another person. Like it just takes time to build up that relationship again. That's why you feel like you're not going to find it.
Can we fix this? Can I trust her again? No. Unequivocally, the answer is no. You can't fix it, and you should not ever trust her again. Now, I mean, he's not going to heed any advice. Like he's.
Yeah, I mean, it's Reddit.
This is 6 months down the road. Now this is more.
Wait, this is like a response to it 6 months later?
Wait, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
Why is... That was weird. I could have swore it just put up, like, Mr. Nasty time. Or maybe I think it's just, yeah, this is just delayed. Sorry. Now, it's more than half a year later. We moved in a new apartment. Our relationship got even better, stronger. I feel like I can trust her again. But from time to time, when I think about it, I get angry. Ooh!
Why do you read it?
Because he's a little bitch, dude. I get angry more on this guy than on her because he knew that our relationship was going on back in 2022, was at a
It's
breaking
always-
point,
I
and he
don't
used it as a,
understand this.
you can tell me anything, I'll be there for you, and then this happened. Yeah, it's all his fault.
Why does everyone always hate on the supposed homewrecker rather than the partner who actually
There's
wrecked
the home wreck,
home?
yeah.
I just, like, you should hate both, but I feel like you should hate your partner more. Like,
Yes.
I don't
You should be-
understand.
You should be angry at her. Well, you should move on, and you should
Yes.
like let sleeping dogs lie. You should let her go, dude. Like,
Stop it. Get some help.
edit. I asked if they used condoms because we used it every time. Had only 2 times raw sex with her. She told me at this time when they fucked the guy wanted it raw, and even though she
my God.
declined,
Why
but
did
in
you
the
go into
end,
so much
did it
detail
anyway.
about it?
after that, she told me she was crying because of this, what she has done, and she knew she would regret it. But at this point, she's so weak because of our breaking relationship, which in the end got better. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm fucking sick of listening to
Doesn't
this.
sound like it's better. What do you mean? You're still hung up on it.
I
How's
asked
it
her if she
better?
used raw sex. She said she declined, but in the end, they had raw
What do you
sex.
mean
Like,
she declined? It didn't decline enough, apparently.
she probably gave it like
Oh my god.
like
Did she
one
even get tested out?
one token no. I'm sure not. Like she's fucking. I bet you she fucked him like many dozens of times. Hey, you live and you learn, man.
Yeah.
But if you ever see this on the internet, never go back to her, please. Wait, I don't know. This one's kind of boring, but this one's kind of boring too. This one's like financial, but I feel like this guy's kind of just humble, or guy or girl. I feel like this is a humble brag.
Okay.
I feel like I should be more purposeful with the money now while I'm relatively young. I'm 28. I feel okay, and I know I'm probably in a better place than most, but growing up poor and not very educated on money, I just have a lot of anxiety after getting old, I guess. So I want to start preparing. Annual salary, $117,000.
What the fuck?
Good for you, bud. Checking account, $25,000. I mean, that's like a bad use of like your money, but whatever.
Mine's about to be like 40,000.
Mine's about to be 88,000, but I'm not gonna keep it there for long.
Well, that's humble brag about our checking account.
Savings, 42,000. Why? Like it just like, I mean,
I mean, at least you got more there than your checking.
I put at least $400 into my savings account every month.
Okay.
Investments, 58,000, almost entirely in SPY.
Fine. What
Like,
is fine?
S&P 500.
Oh, okay.
I just move money here whenever I think there's too much in savings and just buy as much SPY as I can. Retirement account via work, 89,000. 10% per paycheck goes into this pool. Yeah.
10%. Wow.
Debt.
How are you making $117K and getting 10%? What? Jesus.
That's probably 117 before taxes
Okay.
and before like
And before the
contributions
10K,
and shit.
okay.
Yeah, probably. Retirement account, 89,000. 10 per paycheck goes into this pool. Debt, none, just mortgage. Monthly expenses about 5,000, including mortgage. My retired parents live with me, and I pay for everything.
They don't get a Social Security check? Yeah, I mean, what is he asking?
He just feels like he should be
Even
more
less more?
intentional with it.
What?
I mean, I
Put
would
all
say-
your money in them? I mean,
I would say take like $20,000 out of your checking, and I mean, obviously,
you could at least put that in your savings, and it's making a little bit more. But also,
Yeah.
you could buy more in other investments. I guess I wouldn't
mean-
just put it in SPY. Like,
Well,
I would
not
be
now
more-
because SPY
Well,
just went down
I
10%.
didn't mean,
Yeah,
I
but
meant like whenever this article.
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
probably like what 24 or something.
no, like it was probably this year, but
Oh.
like at the
I mean-
very beginning of the year when it wasn't like a
At
crisis.
this point, I would just be like buying CDs and stuff.
Yeah, now I would
But-
take $20,000 of your checking account, put it into your savings, and like
Or
just
get a high yield savings.
yeah, yeah. I mean, wait, what's the like what?
High yield savings gives you a lot more dividends. Like a high yield savings is usually can be like 3 to 4%.
And what's like a regular savings? Like
It's like 1.4% or something. Like, it's
really? Okay.
it's probably less than that actually. At a bank, it's like 0.04% or something.
Wait, so why would so
high yield savings you can't like do as many transactions. You can only usually do like 2 withdrawals a month or so.
and you're like there's no penalty
Savings.
for like
There's a penalty if you do more.
but is there like a penalty for like closing it whenever you want?
I think you'd have to withdraw it using one of your like 2 a month probably, and you'll be fine. But if you've already done 2 a month, then yeah, there'll be a penalty.
Okay, see that's what I absolutely want to avoid. Like I want to put my money into a high yield savings account, but I don't want to be penalized if I want to take it all out. You
Well,
know,
you
like
can take it all out as long as I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you can, as long as you haven't used your transaction that month.
I'll have to like investigate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, if this person was writing this inquiry today, I'd say, whatever your work matches.
I think he already is with the 10% of his going to retirement funds.
My mom says if I want a chick, I need to grow my hair. Listen,
Did you just get a haircut?
yeah.
I was gonna say, it looks like. I mean, that is true. Women do like hair. I feel like wavy locks.
So, yeah, but what I'm gonna do next Wednesday, and probably I'm gonna make what?
Grow your hair.
What I'm gonna do in the next week is probably make a lot of money moves, and I'm only contributing as much as my employer matches to my 401k. For the past, like, I don't know, year or two, I've upped it to like 10%, like this guy, but like my employer only matches like 1 or 2%, so I'm
That's usually
knocking
what
it down
do.
to 1 or
I think
2%.
mine's at like 3, but I haven't really looked at it in a while. I just kind of forget about it.
Yeah. All right. So,
Kelly Bullock said, I have a regular savings account at Wells Fargo that makes 4% for 12 months.
Really?
I think Wells Fargo blacklisted me like many
What do
many
you mean?
years ago. So I'm gonna have what?
For what?
Like I was just I was not a
Back
good
then you were, like, getting negative.
yeah, like a lot of overdraft fees and like surcharges and shit putting me in the negatives. But I mean that was when I had like no money and no job, All right, so I like this one. How bad will I regret taking a high APR loan? I mean, it seems like you know the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for the wall of text, but here's the situation. I'm debating on taking a high APR loan to pay my expenses for the next 2 to 3 months. 29% APR, and then they write in parentheses, oof.
Isn't that like the normal?
Yeah, like
Kelly
what
Bullock
is-
said, so does Bass.
BAS. What is that? Bank of South Korea?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what BASC is, but
Is this guy like? What does he mean as expenses for 2 to 3 months? What
all
is-
right. He'll explain.
Yeah.
For 9,500, and I'll be paying around 14,000. That's if everything goes to
Jeez.
plan, which
That's
nothing goes to
terrible.
plan. Like you're
An
going,
extra 5,000 almost.
yeah, 4,500, and that's if you don't miss a single payment. That's if everything goes perfectly.
That's,
Life doesn't go perfectly.
So that's what they're saying. The interest is going to be.
Kelly Bullock said, look it up.
Normal payments. I don't even know how to look it up.
No, she's asking to look up Bass.
Yeah, I don't even know how to look that up.
To-
Just get Baskins. and stuff. Like,
Carol Baskins, I'm never going to financially recover from this. I need to get that soundbite.
is it just called Bask again?
Yeah, B-A-S-K.
It's just a bank, I guess.
The reason I'm even considering this is because I'm in the process of joining the military.
Okay.
Ship date is June 30th, and the job I'm taking has a $10,000 bonus. So realistically, I'll be paying rent the next 3 months, if not less. I currently have no job, quit a toxic job in November with around 10K saved, and underestimated how long joining the military takes, as well how quickly money goes when you don't have much coming in. I do DoorDash at the moment, but it's not cutting it, and absolutely do not want an eviction on my record. Plus, my car is not meant to be driven like I have been driving it. Straight beater 99 Accord I got for $1,200. My total bills are, I will continue to DoorDash to make some income. You gotta do more than that, man. My total bills are around $1,700 a month. That's not a lot at all. So like, you could probably make that in a week of hustling. It doesn't sound like this person is doing anything besides like waiting to join the military.
Didn't he say he was? Yeah. Well, he just left the job. He's just DoorDashing now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean.
and they're waiting until June to join the military.
Well, it's kind of, you can't really get a job if you're on for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
you can't get like
there's
a.
few, I guess, but like most people aren't like hiring for 2 to 3 months.
You don't tell them that. Like what?
Well,
Like you fucking
okay.
get a job. Like you didn't even get a job. Fucking. So next 3 months will be around $5,100 for my expenses, and I'd still have $4,500 left to pay off a credit card. $600 I've used to help me in this situation. I figured I can use that extra amount to pay off the monthly payment for the loan, and once I get the bonus, I can pay the rest off. I understand this
How's
isn't
that paying the
necessarily a
rest?
smart decision. Then what is it? A fucking necessarily dumb decision? But I've been constantly stressing about this, and I just want some people's opinions, even though they most likely will tell me not to do it. Yes. Like what is your advice for this person?
Yeah, don't do it. I mean, my advice would be, yeah, you need to like find better sources of income. Maybe there's like other people that can help you. Get a GoFundMe. Probably not gonna work, but like
You'd
gotta,
be surprised.
Well, I mean, I don't think GoFundMe's usually work for like credit card debt and stuff. Usually there's like more of a cause, but it like you kind of just need to find more work.
Yeah, like it doesn't sound like it doesn't. He only has $600, I think, in credit card debt.
Mm-hmm.
He only has $1,700 a month in expenses.
Yeah, like why?
Like-
you're not gonna get evicted on that. You can probably pay. Like
I've never DoorDashed, but I would imagine like a DoorDasher can probably make around $1,700 a week if they're really hustling. And
I don't think so.
okay,
And
all
also
right,
the
no.
taxes are pretty bad for them.
Yeah.
It's like a independent prior, like
Sole
I
proprietor,
don't think that's the exact term for it, but
independent contractor.
contractor. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what they call it as, and it's like a worse tax bracket or something on it. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, no, that is true, but all right. Not they can't make $1,700 a week. That's like more than I make after all my like contributions and taxes and
What
shit.
did I make in,
But-
in 2 weeks? Like,
But like they can find a way, rice and beans, beans and rice. That's all you eat. Ramen noodles, fucking. The only time you go inside of a restaurant is if you're working there.
I guess if you want to kill your health, but
I mean, fucking. Well, like rice. Well, that's why Dave Ramsey suggests rice and beans because it's a good, healthy food. Like, and it's cheap. All right. So this is definitely a bit of a humble brag, I think. And I was kind of appalled at the advice that I heard people giving this person.
stop humble brag.
No, that's fine advice. Asking idiots on the internet for advice for your rich problems that you're.
Everyone here though? Well, not just for rich problems, but everyone on Reddit is asking for them.
Yeah, true that. I'm currently making $40,000 a year, and I live pretty comfortably. My fiance also works and makes about $10,000 a year, so we live pretty comfortably. Nothing crazy. Honestly, just starting to live. Oh, by the way, this person's 18 years old. That's why. That's how. Like,
wait, fiance? How is he have a fiance at 18?
I mean, some people do.
Sure. That's pretty young.
Some people that are living in like middle America who are not living next to extremely expensive cities and like corrupted.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't like try to get married that young. I feel like I wouldn't even know the person yet.
Well, fiance. They're.
I mean, shouldn't you still be girlfriend and boyfriend first?
Well, let's see. So we live pretty comfortably. Nothing too crazy.
Are they both 18? Or like, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Nothing crazy. Just starting to live life in a small one-bed apartment. Okay. I was just told that I'm going to get a promotion that comes with a $70,000 raise. How? Could you imagine being 18?
What do you mean? How are you getting a
210% like raise?
What? That's ridiculous.
I'm super excited. Yeah, you should be. But I want to make sure.
110K at 18 for no reason. What is this job? Like, how could you go from 40K to 110K just like that?
I don't know, but I want to make sure that I can set myself up for success. Are there any tips or advice on what I should and shouldn't do? Any advice?
MRD's 1117 said, "Hey,
yo, what up, Nasty? All right. Should I invest while the market is down? Continue to. Oh wait, no. This is what someone's advice is. This is actually decent. Invest while the market is down. Continue
was that it for his post?
Yeah. Any advice is welcome. Invest while the market is down. Continue to live within your means. 70K will evaporate like water if you aren't careful. Don't buy new cars. That's good advice.
Yeah, and don't like just spend it on vacations all the time and stuff like that. Like you can go like on a vacation like I don't know, twice a year or so, but like don't just constantly just shit your money away.
Time in the market is safer than trying to time the market. OP is 18 years old. They most definitely should not be holding cash to wait for a better entry point. Their best entry point is today. I kind of agree with that. I upvoted it. OP, if you're seeing this, it's great advice to be discsolined about investing. Fidelity has a pretty intuitive platform that makes it easy to set up auto deposits, multiple types of accounts. I think
that sounds like a bot.
I think my
Fidelity.
my work.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, "What is he, an ex-smuggler?"
This guy says, "Get addicted." Not really though. To buying some variation of the S&P 500. For me, it's VOO. It's not gambling. It's your future freedom.
It's still gambling technically, but sure.
I agree with joining Cash Gang. I also advocate for DCA. However, this downside is self-inflicted. We've only just begun. Maybe this guy's like calling out the market downturn. This is some weeks ago. Oh, my balls are drowning. Thanks, crypto. All right, this guy says, and I upvoted this. I swear I can't tell you how many friends jumped from 40K to 70K salary and then bought a $50,000 car. That's just drowning them.
Are you sure it's like an additional 70K?
Maybe it's 40K to 70K.
Yeah, because that makes somewhat more sense. It's still a dramatic increase for no reason, but...
He says, how do I manage my $70,000 raise?
That makes no sense. But
comes with a $70,000... He says it's a $70,000 raise.
I know.
But
maybe he like misworded it.
Well, whatever.
Doesn't sound real.
Maybe it's a raise to 70,000. But what a way to kill building wealth in your 20s. I agree. This one person says this.
Wait, what is building wealth?
Buying a $50,000 car. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
this.
Did anyone even mention doing it? They're just saying not to do it.
Pay down debts if you have them, particularly high interest credit card debt. But otherwise, keep living like you make $40,000.
Yeah.
Use every saving mechanism you can. Max your 401k or whatnot. Beyond that, I'd open something like a Schwab.com account and save money by putting it in treasury bills.
Everyone's just advertising for like what they have.
All right, this was where I fucking hate it. This
Okay.
is where people started to fucking go off the rails, start offering him shitty advice.
Okay. Buy a car.
But in the same breath, this might be his first big breath of air. First big breath of fresh air. And start build up the things he needs and wants in life. I say that because he claims to be 18. Maybe now they could buy 2 sets of bed sheets. One heavy for the winter and one linen summer set. They can replace his shit kitchen knives, which maybe the guy got like 2 or 3 years ago, with some higher quality matching set and a butcher's block. Maybe spend the money 1 month and get a proper mattress. Next month, buy some higher quality matching quality shoes or boots that will last him years. In my opinion, this is a great chance to build up slowly the things that we all take for granted. We just have, of course. It's not to say neglect investing, but you gotta live too. This is
That's not
fucking
even
poor.
right, but
This is poor shit advice, is what it is.
I don't think that's that bad. I think you have to do a mixture. Like you should be in. Well, maybe not right now investing, but like once it blows over a little more, invest. But it's not like not specifically those things, but like if you do need like a better mattress or something, that's not a bad idea. Like that's not a like I think for some of those things you could improve like your living conditions. Just don't go extravagant with like a new car or something.
So this is just this is in a trading trading subreddit. In 2017, this woman bought a painting for $4 from a thrift store.
Wow.
Discovered it was by a renowned artist and sold it for over $100,000.
Wow.
So, guys, I mean, as you'll see on, I don't know if you can see them on my walls with the way the camera is, but buy paintings from thrift stores. You never know when one's going to be by a renowned artist.
Did it say who it was?
It does not. It does not.
That's boring.
This is why I want to fucking move to Texas. So this shows what a $1.2 million house is in Vancouver and what a $1.2 million house is in Texas.
Vancouver?
Yeah. That's the difference between $1.2 million in Vancouver and Texas. The top is Vancouver. It's a little like
What
row
part is
home.
it?
I feel like it's all in like rural Texas where you can get those like good deals.
I'm probably closer to the border.
Did I think I already read this thing about the pregnant fiance who ate the cupcake. Did I read that story?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
What do you mean?
Am I the asshole for not standing up for my pregnant fiance who ate my daughter's cupcake?
Well, damn.
Advice
How old is
needed.
your daughter?
Throwaway account. He said he doesn't want to get caught fucking asking this. This happened this morning, and I'm so upset. I don't know what to do. I'm 36, male. Have been with my fiance who's 33 for 3 years. I have a 10-year-old daughter from my previous marriage. Her mother passed away when she was 2.5. My fiance is currently pregnant. Yesterday, my daughter asked me to buy a giant cupcake.
Kelly Bullock said, "No, Dallas, you can get an awesome house for $500,000.
I'm literally gonna move to Texas. Like it's been written. Like I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But I'm gonna move to Texas.
Even good anymore at that point.
I'm moving to a place that has the same housing conditions as Texas currently has. Like Texas it's an amazing place, and all the Californians are leaving. All the Californians are leaving California to go to Texas. So it'll probably be little California, in 5, 10, 15 years. But
I don't think it'll be. I'm pretty sure California's
yeah, but like they're all like Texas is such a big state. They're all always be like a lot of land in Texas, and I'm gonna live
same in
there.
California.
Yeah.
Kelly
Just well
Blake
never
said, but they have horrible weather.
I mean, we have horrible weather. Like although it was actually pretty nice today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's April 4th? Like,
Kelly Blake said, not all the Californians.
all the smart ones. Just kidding.
Unless global warming cuts down the coast some more.
Yesterday, my daughter asked me to buy a giant cupcake from a bakery near my work. She wanted to take it to school to surprise her friend for their birthday. I also bought an extra cupcake for my fiance. She devoured hers right away.
Didn't say that.
He did.
Oh my
She
God.
devoured hers right away. My daughter was really excited and put a nice ribbon around the box before leaving it in the fridge to take to school in the morning. Apparently,
Sad.
my fiance, this kind of does make me feel bad for the fiance because like she's probably just like filled with this like, well, I feel bad for both of them. Like,
I feel bad for the kid. What do you mean?
well, all right, so like there's two components of this.
Sure.
Like
but-
the fiance's pregnant, she's got this like other life form to feed inside of her, you know.
That's why he got a cupcake for her.
I know, but she probably didn't like storm the fridge late at night like, yeah, fuck this kid, like I'm gonna fucking
Well, yeah,
eat her cupcake.
obviously,
Like she was
but,
probably just filled with this
dude,
like this
this
know.
kid is gonna be devastated.
But at the same time, I do feel really bad for the daughter because she's like 2.5. Her mother dies.
Well,
she's
she's
like,
been here. Yeah.
she's like, yeah, like she's 10
And
now.
it's for her friend. And her
I know.
friend's well, her friend's not even gonna know about it now. But
My daughter was really excited, put a nice ribbon around the box before leaving it in the fridge to take to school in the morning. Apparently, my fiance craved it in the middle of the night and ate the other cupcake. This morning, my daughter woke up to a big disappointing surprise. She started crying and screaming. I asked my fiance why she did that. Because she's fucking pregnant, dude. And she said her craving was so bad that she couldn't sleep. Then she yelled, "It's called being pregnant, jerks!" Like, she's probably crying too. Like,
it's true,
My
but like,
da-
also, I'm sure she knew what that cupcake was for as well.
My-
Isn't there like? I think the better thing would have been to wake up your husband and ask if you could get something like in the middle of the night.
Probably, yeah.
Like I'm sure he would have.
My daughter screamed that she hates her and the baby already. I told her, I'll buy another one today and maybe drop it off so you can give it to your friend after school. She said, don't even bother.
Well,
Later, my fiance texted me saying she's upset that I didn't stand up for her when my daughter was mean and that my daughter and I both owe her an
yeah, I mean,
apology.
like, eating her cupcake is okay.
I'm sitting in my car wondering what the hell to do. Was I an asshole for not standing up for her?
I mean, it sounds like he's kind of stuck in the
Yeah, like it sounds like
rock
he's
and a hard place.
it sounds like he's stuck in between a
like. What are you supposed to yell at
Kelly
your
Blake
10-year-old
said,
kid for?
that's BA. Pregnant women aren't ravenous.
that's
Like-
what is BA? But
but
birth
like,
appetite message retracted. BS maybe
I guess it's
probably
probably-
BS. Yeah.
but like, what is he supposed to? He's supposed to yell at his daughter for getting mad that her cupcake was eaten? Like, that makes no sense either.
Yeah, like you just gotta go into damage control, dude. You
Yeah.
you gotta play both sides. You gotta be a little bit.
Said, that's BS.
Yeah. You gotta be a little two-faced. You gotta go into your daughter's room and be like, listen, I know she's
She's a
wrong.
bitch.
She's a bitch. How could she eat that cupcake? And then you gotta go into your wife's room
Yeah,
and
my
be like,
daughter's.
yeah, she's a fucking bitch for fucking saying that she
Oh
hates
my
you.
God.
And you gotta just pray that they, get over it.
Well, I mean, that's gonna probably make it worse because they're gonna have more tension if you're saying that to both, and they're gonna communicate it probably to both each other, saying, "Oh yeah, Dad said you were a bitch." So really, I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's
don't
you kind of just have to talk it down and be like trying to have them understand the other side
Yeah.
in like a soft tone and everything.
This one, fuck this one. We're not gonna do this one. This one I hate. This guy's in a serious need of an attitude adjustment.
Okay.
I'm dating someone way too attractive for me. Should I stop?
What do you mean?
I'm not making this up. I'll verify with the mods if they want.
What
Match
do you
with
mean
somebody.
with the vibes? But you showed pictures of the mods.
Matched with someone incredibly attractive on a dating app, and she asked me out that same day after talking for a bit. She didn't believe it at first, but we went bar hopping, and it was the best date I ever had. Our conversations flow incredibly well. We have a ton in common, and she's even more attractive in real life. We hung out again the next day, too, and had a great time. More plans to hang out soon. I'm not the worst looking dude, and I do pretty well for myself, but I know where I'm at, and it's not close to there. I'm like a 6, maybe a 6.5 on a good day. She's a 10 for sure. There's no such thing as a fucking 10.
Okay.
A famous music, maybe if it's like Dua Lipa,
Yeah, I was
Gal
about
Gadot.
to say,
like,
about some of your celebrity crushes.
Hilary Duff's looking quite 10ish lately, and I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is she now?
She like that's what I'm saying. I'm not usually into like 30-year-olds, but like Hilary Duff is
She's late 30s.
like Hilary Duff is looking fucking
Okay.
fine. Are you looking at her right
Yeah.
now?
But they got that celebrity money, so.
Yeah.
I always had a crush on her when I was a kid.
Yeah, like she was always like
Lizzie McGuire.
a cute teen, but now she's like grown woman sexy.
Well, I was also a kid, so.
A famous music artist picked her out in a crowd at a concert and went on a date with her. Should I stop dating her? There's just no way it'll work out, right? At this point, where us being together in public looks weird. I really like this person. Like I would. Like he's just saying that she's like so
Yeah,
hot
you said
that like.
someone in the crowd.
Like she went to like a concert one time, and I guess like I don't know, fucking Dave Matthews or John Mayer.
The singer. who
Yeah,
brought him on
yeah.
stage. I mean,
Um,
it happens, like-
Should I stop dating her? There's just no way it'll work out, right? It's at the point where
Well,
us
with
being together
that
in
attitude,
public
yeah.
looks weird. I really like this person. Like I would want to look out for her and be friends with them, even if we weren't dating. I'm taking things way slower than I usually would too. Thank you for all the advice. I really appreciate it. I'll keep at it and give an update eventually.
Okay.
This person said,
Breaking news, there was no.
Don't let your low self-esteem stand in the way of the possibility of you being with an amazing person. Maybe she is the one. Shut the fuck up. You won't know if you don't give the connection a chance. And also, believe in yourself. She's not with you for charity. She's with you because she sees something in you. Facts. I feel like this is the correct answer, but I've also had a really bad breakup with someone I thought was the one that messed me up for like 5 years.
You trying to be Morty?
I don't know, Rick. I mean, she's like a 10 and I'm like a 6. Hey, mate, my girlfriend had an anxiety similar to this, and I just told her that's fine. But it doesn't matter. I pick who I want, you pick who you want. It's not up to you. She gets to pick if you're good enough for her. All you got to do is decide if she's for you. So don't even worry, mate. He said mate, so like I assume he's like either a Brit or an Aussie.
Okay.
Hey man, just chill, enjoy the ride. She swiped right on you. She asked you out. This is like Otto from The Simpsons.
Rocket Power?
No.
The Simpsons.
We're right. Who's it? Tito? No, mijo. If she's dating you, there's obviously something about you that she's really enjoying. So go with the flow, man. This guy says, average Christ says, yeah, man, just chilling. Wait, oh, we got this. There's obviously something about you that she's really enjoying. While looks are important to women, they're generally way more important to men. So you're all, what the fuck, because she's hot. While she may be all, what the fuck, because you actually pay attention and treat her as more than something nice to look at. Don't overthink this shit. Just squeeze her ass in public.
It says that?
Yeah. But I agree. Like, just
Okay.
take it easy. Like, if she's gonna let you, like, Not gonna lie, buddy. If I had the chance to land the baddie of a lifetime, I'd lock the fuck in. Start playing
Lock in.
Doom music and beat the shit out of my own demons. You do you. But all I'm saying is that really having an attractive woman who is also a good person as a partner is a blessing worth fighting for. Facts. This guy says, humble confidence is the way. This is the way. Humble confidence is the way, friend. Some tens date down because they want a secure, faithful relationship. If you're happy, don't self-implode. This is the way. Do not run away. Don't run away. And this is good advice too, I upvoted. But at the same time, be prepared for guys to come up to you all the freaking time and give you backhanded compliments while pretending to be nice. Be prepared to walk through a restaurant and feel heads turn. I had the same thing happen to me, dated a 10 for a year, got way more attention than I like when I went out. Some doors opened, though, like a pool party for models and beautiful people at the Coppola Winery. All told, it was an interesting experience, but not really what I'd be comfortable with for the long term.
I mean, I don't really care as long as the connection is there.
Yeah. All right. Kind of definitely a lot less engaging of a episode than we're used to.
Yeah,
Yo, if y'all
Where's Peanut?
motherfuckers, yeah, what
Where's
the fuck?
Rye?
I'm gonna fucking text Peanut.
Yeah.
Dude. Tell him to get the fuck in here.
Alright,
'Cause
we're shutting this shit down.
Rye is at the Phillies game, so that's why Rye is not engaging, and Kate is taking her son to like her son's joining Little League baseball, so that's why she's not really.
So everything's about baseball.
OnlyFans is ruining my marriage.
Did you know the Dodgers and the Padres are still undefeated? And they're in the same division. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're both. What are they both? 8-0.
7-0 and 6-0.
Wait, I thought that the Dodgers were 8-0.
I might have been looking at it yesterday.
Because they had a headline that said 8-0 Tani. Haha, so clever.
Well, I mean, they could say that with any O and O time. It's probably 8-0 now. Yeah, 8-0. Oh, the Padres are 7-1 now. I guess they lost. The Braves still haven't won a game. Jeez, they're 0-7.
Okay. OnlyFans is ruining my marriage. So to put into context, we have been married 15 years and have one child together. My husband has, one way or another, been messaging other women our entire marriage. Flirting, messages, and now in recent years it's become an issue with OnlyFans and Instagram. He has spent so much money on OnlyFans. The first time I found out, I went mad, shouted at him, and gave him an ultimatum. I forgave, but couldn't forget. My anxiety about him leaving me is so high. Now I just want to point out that about 9 years ago, I very stupidly slept with a friend of mine. So what the... Fuck this bitch, dude. Like, I'm sorry. You get what you deserve, you fucking... Oh, your husband's spending a bunch of money on fucking OnlyFans. Boo-hoo, cry me a fucking river. You fucking fucked somebody else in your marriage. I don't want to fucking hear it. But I will, like, continue to read it. Now, I just want to point out that about 9 years ago, I very stupidly slept with a friend of mine because he made me feel sexy and wanted and desired. It happened once, and I've regretted it ever since. Truly regretted it. Yet here he is, just doing this all the time. I found out about it again and had it out with him again.
Terrence Dale Jr. said, signed up for free trial for Apple TV Plus today so I could watch the game.
My man.
My man.
I feel so insignificant and undesirable. I don't feel sexy. I don't feel wanted. He doesn't say anything to me like he does these women. He barely looks at me. It feels like he resents me somehow. I have loved this man for such a long time. I've loved this man for such a long time. The idea of asking him to leave is absolutely killing me. But I don't know what to do. Every time this happens, another part of my heart breaks a little more. I'm scared that he says he will stop, and then he doesn't. He doesn't let me near his phone. It's almost glued to his hand or in his pocket, which just makes me feel really goddamn insecure. He sees... Sorry. I don't know if I'll be able to cope on my own. We have a SEN child, was special needs child, I'm assuming. SEN. An SEN child. Sensory... I don't know. We have an SEN child, and I'm also chronically ill. I've also found out he's been sending one woman money.
Educational needs.
Yeah, okay, I figured. He's been sending one woman money, like a lot of money, covering her rent and buying her kids stuff. I mean, I don't know where to go from this. I love him so goddamn much, and apart from this, he is a good husband and a good dad. I don't think I even know how to breathe
Sounds
without
like
him.
a good husband.
Well, it doesn't sound like she's a good wife. Like
What did she do?
she fucked somebody 9 years
I thought
ago.
She said he did.
No, she did.
But he, I mean,
It was a extreme.
It sounds
I can
bad,
understand
though.
why you would miss it because the entire thing is a rant about how shitty of a husband her husband is.
no,
But there's only
I heard
one
you
sentence.
Say someone cheated, but I forgot who it was.
She only mentions it in only like what, like fucking a few words.
What happened? Nothing after that. It
No,
just
she
kept
she
going?
regretted it.
And
She
then
regretted
they
it
were
ever
gone?
since. Truly regretted it. Then
And
that's
Did she tell? I'm assuming.
yeah. I'm assuming told him. This person says it seems that your marriage is over. Personally, I would just file for divorce. I mean, it sounds like neither of them deserve that. He's not the one that fucked one of his friends, says this person.
I mean, we don't know that.
Indeed, she did something wrong, but he could just leave her instead of cheating back, messaging other women, sending money to the other women. As I said, I think the marriage is over from both sides. Geez, this one's like awful. What do you think? Do you think that marriage is over?
How old's the kid? Did they say?
Don't know.
I mean, I at least go to counseling first. So that's, you want to like have a special needs child be carried by a single parent.
Yeah, I mean, people do it often, and
Sure,
they like
do it
ruin.
in every way.
Yeah.
I'd say try all your options first, but it doesn't sound good.
So this woman's the typical. This woman's like the typical, fucking. Just from looking at her, don't like her. Sorry if that's judgmental.
Yeah, it's very true.
This is
Okay.
her. She bought a Tesla Model Y last year for $63,000. She decided she didn't like Elon Musk anymore, so she traded it.
Said, if you are sending some other chick and kids money, he fucked her.
No, that's not true.
What?
She's claiming that he's like, no, he probably never even like saw her in person. Probably just like a simp on OnlyFans.
It could be either way, but
I mean,
either way, they both are in the wrong.
sure, yeah. I think she's more in the wrong.
Well, if she did it first, yeah, probably.
If he can afford to finance his wife, his special needs child, and this other OnlyFans whore,
he can afford child support.
nah, fuck that.
What do you mean, fuck that? That's what he's doing anyway, right?
I mean, she said that he seems like a good husband.
I mean,
She bought. All right, on to this next bitch. She bought a Tesla, $63,000 1 year ago. She decided she doesn't like Elon Musk anymore, so she traded it in for a Rivian. She transferred $24,000 of negative equity into a Rivian lease. Elon Musk, thanks you for your money, bitch. You've already paid him. What does this accomplish? Not everyone has $24,000 to throw away just because Tesla isn't trendy right now. The funny thing is, she'll probably still be using the Tesla supercharger network. Plus, in a few months, the internet will move on and forget about all this drama. That's how it's always worked.
I mean, not if he's like literally kind of the head of what's it called, Doge for like 4 years.
No, his term is almost up. I think
He doesn't have a term. He's not in like an official. He was never vetted. He's not part of the cabinet, but Trump allows him to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I heard something like his term, like some.
He doesn't have a term.
But like I heard somewhere that he's like leaving in. I mean, he obviously can like come back or whatever, but he's leaving in like 30 to 90 days or something like that.
What was that?
I don't know. This is oh shit. This is
Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon.
yeah.
But Trump's a liar.
Well,
So,
yeah,
like,
all right, yeah.
Shit he said.
So this is kind of alarming, right?
What? I don't know.
especially if anybody has a 23andMe account. So, the company 23andMe just filed for bankruptcy. That means that your genetic data, the most personal data that you have, could be sold. Here's how to delete it. Here's what you guys should be doing. Probably not. Probably just gonna allow like a bankrupted company to sell their, little bits of property, which is your genetic data. But you ask them to destroy your DNA sample. Go to Settings, Preferences, withdraw any previous consent for your sample to be stored or used in research. You can also revoke consent for future research participation under Research and Product Consents. If you ask them to destroy your DNA sample, be sure and do that before you delete your account. But I can just see like a very slippery slope. We were talking about shit like this. I forget what we were talking about, but we were talking about how I guess we were talking about how big tech is like legally obliged not to give out your medical information, but I suppose if big tech goes bankrupt, then there's nothing.
I mean, it would just go to another company. It's not like they're just giving it out to everyone.
No, yeah, but it goes to another company, and then it's like not protected.
It probably would still be protected by that company.
No, because you're signing terms and conditions of one company.
But they're giving that term to another company, so they would still be obliged by that.
I'm not sure.
Like either way, I don't think these companies are just gonna give them to anyone. They're just gonna store it for their own use.
So on this topic of fucking the dating pipeline for these apps. So this is just one person's story, but I don't think this is so drastically different from the majority, right? Okay. This is like the dating pipeline of this one person, right? They swiped 67,975 times.
Wow.
Left swipes 46,670 left swipes. Right swipes, 21,305 right
picky,
swipes.
Huh?
What?
Not very picky, huh?
That's they swiped right half as much as they swiped left.
One every 3 times.
Yeah, men are
not very picky.
Men are not very picky. Yeah. Matches 1,003. No match 20,302. Chats 435. No chats 568. Dates 2 dates. Never met 433 never mets. Relationship 0. Casual sex 1. No spark 1.
How do they measure this? Do you input it after you do it?
I guess this is your Tinder insights. But
you don't. Where do you input that you had sex or that you went on a date?
But all right, this is and I'm always talking about the Great Sex Recession, right? This is like what would you call it? This is basically like a pie chart, even though it's not circular.
It's a different kind of chart.
Yeah, it's a I don't know, a line chart or not a line chart, but this is the experiences of men and women on Tinder. Women will match with 36% of those they like, while men will match with less than 2% of those that they like. Mm-hmm. So men, 1% get a like and match, 52% like them but no match, 47% they pass. And honestly, like and match is about equally slim for men and women. Only 1.8% of women like and match. So that's only 0.8% more than with males. But males like but don't match with 52% of their people that they're swiping through. Women like but no match only 3.2% of the time. And women pass on 95% of the options on Tinder. So this is like, we always talk about the top 10%. It's really the top 5%. Women are passing on 95% of their Tinder options. And I mean, I was like I was telling you, I was listening to that girl. What was her name? Like something Yuri.
Oh.
She was like the behavioral expert at Hinge, talking about how there's such a huge problem in online dating. And I mean, do you think I'm overblowing that?
Didn't you say it's ovulation? How can it be both?
Well, like, because like hoflation is occurring, but like it's like there's not just because the quality of women is going down doesn't mean that their standards are becoming any less picky. You know what I mean? Like it's really exacerbating the issue.
So they're just being hosed with the top 2%.
Yeah, exactly. Not the top 2%. I'd call it the top
5.
I'd call it the top 5%. Yes, they're being hosed with the top 5 percentile of men, and those men are enjoying the I guess the benefits of being a top 5% of men, and they're banging hundreds and hundreds of women, and hundreds of women are banging them. You know what I mean? Leaving 95% of the men out of that short-term dating strategy. And I think one of the stats that I heard last night is that if a man does not, it's actually like really alarming. If a man does not make like 6 figures a year or something by the time he's like, I don't know, I think it was like 30 or 35 or maybe 40, then he has like a 1 in 4 chance of ever being married.
Okay.
That doesn't scare you at all?
Not really.
Do you want to be married?
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine with there being like a uphill battle for it to exist.
Sure. I mean, it is what it is, but like, I do think it's a bit overblown because, like, are we talking about dating or are we talking about sex? Because you're talking about Tinder.
Both, like they're.
What do you mean both? They're 2 separate things.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Like
if you're going on Tinder to date, or are you going on Tinder to sex?
This
like,
is not just Tinder. This is Hinge. This is Bumble.
A lot of those are for sex, but
like a lot of relationships in the modern era are built by dating apps. They're the most common form of initiating a relationship over everything else.
Are they staying? I don't think a lot of like dating apps really work for a continued relationship. Usually, you're finding those in like other areas.
I mean, but like dating apps contribute to the founding of more relationships than
the founding, though.
Like meeting a coworker, meeting someone at your church, meeting being hooked up by a family member.
It's inorganic. It doesn't. I don't think dating apps really give long-lasting relationships.
Probably not, but
so then what's the point? It's not going to help your marriage percentage.
Well, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, the most viable source of entering into a relationship is so very flawed. So the second and third and fourth and fifth most viable option they're not less flawed. They're
How are they more flawed just because the top one is flawed?
Because I mean, if they were so viable, they would become more viable than the number one option.
Not really, because it's just hard to meet people in general. If you're using dating apps, it's so easy to meet people. It's just, and it makes it so that you feel like you still have so many options because there's so many people you can just find on those dating sites.
You say
so it makes it easier to end a relationship because you can just go right back to it.
You say that it is so easy.
What?
It is so easy to meet someone on a dating app and.
In general, for women, yeah.
Yes, for women.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, only 1.8% of women are doing it. Only 1% of men are liking and matching. That is not meeting, as exhibited by this pipeline.
Okay.
This pipeline met two of his 67,975 options. He met two.
Listen, let me explain, because I'm saying when you have all these options, you feel like it's so easy to go from one to another, so you don't really feel the need to continue a relationship or to start a relationship with someone unless they're basically perfect, which can be for either way, like for men and for women. So it kind of just creates a mindset where you don't feel the need to settle down after just finding a Tinder date or something. I'm saying this top option, the one that gets you the most, like, starting of a relationship, is not a good one, but that doesn't mean the ones where you're not using dating sites are worse.
Well, what is your suggestion for? Because I agree with you that I don't think that like an inorganic foundation is the best, but I don't know necessarily of a better alternative. Otherwise I'd be exploring that option more. What is your suggestion for an alternative to meet a wife?
Usually meaning people come from being in the same area, like in school, like high school, college, whatever you're in that age stage. Some people do meet people at work and it works out. I don't think it's the best idea to really eat where you shit, but it is an option. I don't even really think bars is a good option, but I think that's better than dating sites. I think pretty much anything is kind of better than dating sites.
I think, speaking of bars, I think I read it. I might not have saved it.
Mutual friends, even. I think mutual friends is a good way to meet people.
Yeah, but I mean,
I met someone through a mutual friend. Yeah.
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 What and when? When are we talking about? In the college days?
No,
because
it was 5, 6. Well, before COVID, it was 7, 8 years ago.
Okay, who was it? Do I?
I don't really want to name them, but
Okay, but
you don't really know them. But I mean, it wasn't something that lasted anyway. But we're still good friends.
Okay.
And that's another thing. When you're doing dating site stuff, I feel like you just don't even meet the people or see the people ever again afterwards.
So I guess this could be a segue into our next one. Do men actually care if you give it up early? I recently had an ex-boyfriend who told me that if I was to sleep with him the first hangout, he would not have liked me. Granted, he ended up being a weirdo asshole, but I'm still curious if it's a common way of thinking, or is it just certain types of men who feel this way?
I mean, some men do, some men don't. I think it's
How do you feel
about having what? Sorry, what was it again?
She had an ex-boyfriend who told her that if she were to sleep with him on the first meetup, he would not have liked her.
So
he ended up being an asshole. But she's curious if it's a common way of thinking, or is it just certain types of men who feel that way?
I think usually men are gonna not want you to sleep on the first date. If you're planning on starting a relationship, if you just want sex, then sure they're gonna want that.
Yeah.
I don't really care, but also I don't really care about sex. So,
but
in my opinion, probably
I feel like you would view it as a negative, though, right? If you wanted a relationship with her, you would view it as a negative, wouldn't you?
I mean, I kind of did on my ex, so.
This guy says, if a woman wants to go to bed with me on the first date, she is obviously a genius, and everyone should respect her for her choices. I love it.
So like, it's not. I don't really consider it a negative either. It's just I don't.
See, I feel like I feel like I love a bargain, right?
I'm part of
So I don't want to pay anything more than anybody else, right? So
you do want them to sleep on the first.
if she has a history of having done that, then yes. If she does not have a history of doing that, then I'm okay with respecting her standards for what it takes to coax her into
So it's
sex.
about
Like,
comparison. Why do you not just? I feel like that's not even like why are you already comparing her to other relationships if you're trying to start a relationship.
all right, because like I don't want to be this. I don't want to be a simp. I don't want to be the sucker who is infatuated with mediocre pussy. I don't want
Alright.
I don't want her to have given
What if
it
you,
up.
like just really connected with her. Is that not an option?
Then fuck me.
Oh
Then
my
fuck me on the
God,
first
then
date.
fuck
Like, but like,
Well, like, why does it have to be about sex?
all right, because like, let's say a woman.
What if she's asexual?
Well, then
Are you just not interested?
yeah, I'm like not really interested. Like, unless
Even if she's like the best person you ever met.
Well, what what is our relationship going to entail? Is it going to entail like an allowance for me to just wet my dick elsewhere? Like,
Well,
I'm not
asexual
going.
doesn't mean they don't have sex ever. It just means they're like usually not interested, but will do it to please their partner.
That doesn't sound very like appealing to me. Like, I don't
I
want to have
figured.
sex just because I want to have sex. I want to have sex because we want to have sex. But
Well, it's also because she wants to please you. But
so you wouldn't feel any type of way if, let's say, you got with a woman, and maybe this like information down the line becomes available to you. Obviously, like at the very beginning, you're not aware of this, right? But let's say you guys decide to wait. I don't know, a few months, like 3 months, to have sex, and then you are made aware down the line that before she had sex with, let's say, 49 men, and like all of them, pretty much only like they only waited like 2 weeks to, 2 weeks or less. Sometimes it was on the first night, sometimes it was on like the second date. Like she never made any of the other 49 guys wait more than a fortnight. Is that what a fortnight's 2 weeks, right?
I don't remember.
Let's say she was a fortnight fuck,
Okay.
and you chose to wait 3 months with her. Would you feel any type of way?
I don't care about sex, so I really don't care.
Okay. I slept with every one of my girlfriends and my ex-wife on the first date. And this person said that must have been quite the evening. Yeah, a lot of men seem. This is a non-binary person, so fucking
Okay.
already cringe.
Alright.
Yeah, a lot of men seem to assume it means you've done this multiple times and it's just a hookup. But the only twice, I fucked someone within hours of meeting them. It was because I felt like we were so compatible and I was so into them that I didn't need to wait and feel their vibe out more. Both times it led to long-term relationships, one of which has been going for 8 years now. I'm not a woman, but I'm like close enough and have
Close
sex
enough.
with men. So I feel like
Alright.
I can at least sort of give input. I think you're just like confusing more than anything. Like fucking. All right, so
Wait, wasn't Light of Wisdom supposed to be on?
yeah,
Oh, they're not.
and Alexandra's supposed to be on too. I hope I'm not gonna have to.
Like 50 minutes left.
And Peanuts saying fucking. Just eat dinner. It won't be on for a little longer. Just eat dinner with Katie.
Alright, Katie stole my cupcake.
Bruh.
What were you saying? Or like about to say?
So you don't seem like you like it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah.
Okay. when I found out my spouse voted for Trump, it seriously damaged our marriage. So
As it
much
should.
Light
so.
of Wisdom said, hey
Oh,
everyone.
there you
Yo, you ready to come on late?
go.
I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna send you the. I think I'm already up in the call with you. I'm in. Yo, Light. When you get a chance, come into the recording studio on Discord. All right, we're just gonna keep on going though. When I found out that my spouse voted for Trump, it seriously damaged our marriage, so much so that I was considering divorce. Later, my spouse said,
Light of Wisdom said, I'm driving so won't be able to connect until I get home. Light of Wisdom said, on the server.
okay.
Might be a little too late.
I'm wondering if my spouse is just saying that to save the marriage. 2, even if they're being truthful, I'm not sure if they're her spouse said he no longer supports him.
Oh.
Even if they're being truthful, I'm not sure I can forgive them. So it seems like he's got to vote your way or the highway. Like
Pretty much.
I think this is a little
Well, I feel like it's kind of fair. Usually, if you're gonna be connecting with someone, usually you have aligned political views.
bit. You're already married though, so like
How did you get married if you didn't even know this?
a lot of people. I think a lot of people are just so
Yeah.
excited to
Just
connect
have
with that one. They have one idea.
Well, I think the problem is no one wants to talk about politics.
Yeah,
so
like
they don't actually get into that when
We've
they're
been-
dating.
Because we've been told it's not polite to have conversations about sex, politics, religion, finances.
Why?
and-
I thought it was just. I mean, I guess for sex and but the main things are like religion, politics, and what was the third one? I guess
Sex
finance.
and sex. Like, I feel like these are things that people don't want to talk
I
about.
feel like people talk about sex all the time now.
But like a lot of the time,
And even
like
finance.
all of these things they get discussed just later when there's a bunch of feelings and emotions tied to this person. So you feel like you don't want to break it up with them because you're already
but
you're
like, I feel
emotionally
like,
invested
I feel like
in
sex
them.
and finances come early, but politics and religion not so much.
I'm an advocate for talking about all this shit on a first date. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna turn the person off, and there's not gonna be a second date, but it's going to filter out the people that are not right for
that's
you.
the point.
Yeah. So these are the questions that keep going through my head. My main issue with Trump is I feel he's a really bad person. Well, you're not alone there. Based on the things he says, immigrants will eat your dogs. Because I'm rich, I can grab women by their crotch and get away with it. Obama was born in Africa. My spouse said they voted for Trump's policies, not Trump as a human being. They don't like the trade wars. They don't like the trade wars and feel it will hurt the economy, which is why they said they withdrew their support. He sounds kind of like logical.
Unless he's lying.
Should I take my spouse at their word that they no longer support Trump? I think you should. Like, I think he sounds like he's like learned his lesson. He sounds like he's not
I'd say until he proves otherwise.
Yeah, like he doesn't sound like he's this like devout MAGA like fucking.
Unless he's hiding it, but
I think she would know if like her husband was this proud boy.
People kind of hide things pretty well.
Yeah, and Trump supporters are a very like silent majority. That's why they.
I feel like they're pretty open now.
Well, especially this week, I think a lot of them are like going back into like closing their mouth until this shit gets a little bit better.
To respond to it.
Do men usually want a younger woman? Yes, you dumb bitch. Yes, of course they do.
Kind of depends on the age. If you're like 18-year-old man, you want an older woman usually.
So I went down a dark rabbit hole on it's actually not it's rather rather what is it? What's the word? Static? Does static mean that it's like fixed? Like it's basically fixed, a flat line throughout men's lifetime. Their ideal, like the ideal woman that they find attractive is like early 20s. You know, it goes up slightly, but women's ideal age goes up as women age. So like an 18-year-old woman finds a 25-year-old man attractive, but like a 70-year-old woman finds a 75-year-old man attractive, you know, and like a 90-year-old woman finds a 95-year-old man attractive. Whereas men, at every point in their life, you know, it goes from like 18 to like the oldest man still thinks that like a, you know, a 25-year-old woman is, you know, the most attractive age. I went down a dark rabbit hole on different subreddit where men were saying they would never take a woman with a kid seriously. Oh my God. Maybe they're onto something. And I've become really depressed. Dating has been hard. I feel like I look great for my age, and I'm told that constantly. I get compliments from both genders all the time, and I'm really fun, smart, adventurous, and loving. But I'm discouraged thinking I won't be able to find a partner. Even if I didn't look good for my age, could I still find love? I dream of a once-in-a-lifetime love where I find my soulmate. I realize this may be unrealistic, but I truly want to find love. Does anyone have anything to share about finding love at an older age or as a single parent? Or maybe someone wants to tell me to lower my expectations. LOL. Either way, would love some thoughts. Imagine I'm celebrity level hot. Does this change your opinion?
How old is she?
I think she's 35. I think she's 35.
Okay. I mean, if she's Jennifer Aniston hot.
I mean, being Jennifer Aniston level hot does not mitigate the child that she has. Like it might.
Oh, she has a child?
Yes.
How old's the child?
Yeah, I don't think she says it, but let's just assume. I don't know what's because it's a non-starter for me. But like, let's say that I was willing to like overlook. Let's say that like Dua Lipa, you know, had a child, and I'm supposed to like get on board with it. What's like the perfect age for her child to be? What's the perfect situation for the child to be? No, because like, all right, like
7.
Let's say she's 35. Oh, great! So I'm entering into a willing relationship with a woman who already has a child and is like in all likelihood not going to provide me with a child. So what age do? See, this just sounds like an awful deal. But so you say 18 is ideal? Obviously, but like. What's realistically ideal?
Well, I mean, that is realistic.
Well, no, if she's 35,
17.
That means that she had a kid at 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's possible. It's not like very likely, but they're teen moms all the time.
Yeah, okay.
Although it has dropped recently, especially with Gen Z.
Yeah. Well, all right. So let's say an adult is not in. Let's say an adult is off the table. What is the next?
7.
Yeah, 7.
All right. Well, I don't know. What do you think is ideal?
All right. Like if I'm entering into this agreement willingly, I kind of want. Maybe this is a little.
I mean, I don't really care. I could, like, if it's a connection that I really feel strong about, like, I can raise the kid with her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I would rather like getting a puppy from a shelter. Like, I don't want to get like an old ass. I don't want like an old ass dog. Like, I want like a 2-year-old or something like that. You know, I don't want fucking.
That means the other parent's probably in the picture, right?
No, like I want that motherfucker dead, dead, not in jail.
God, jeez.
I'm sorry. Like I want.
I'm sorry. I want him dead.
I don't want him ever coming back into the
Holy-
picture and introducing baby daddy drama into my life. Like,
Well, then 17.
nah, like I'm just trying to make this situation, which is very, very inconvenient. I'm trying to idealize it and make up a scenario where I would be willing to engage in it, and that would be that the woman is fucking Dua Lipa level hot. She's an objective 10, and that her child is still, is a 2-year-old considered an infant or like a toddler? Her child is still younger than like a young toddler who I can like leave my imprint on, and is not going to be like, fucking not going to know its father and be comparing me to its father all the time. And and like then I would still begrudgingly enter into that type of a relationship because I'm not able to extend my bloodline, which is what I think a lot of men.
Unless you have sex real quick.
Yeah, I suppose, and expose her to a high risk pregnancy. I
35
suppose
is not that.
it's like OBGYN's considered a geriatric pregnancy though. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean it's like
it's not a
it's
death
not
sentence,
like,
no,
it's
but
not like the worst thing.
it's not.
It's
Like,
also not really that bad. Just because they call it geriatric doesn't mean it's like really bad.
but like most women's eggs are like 90% gone at that point, and like it's just not ideal. Like I've said, it's inconvenient. It's not ideal. The problem is you punch above your weight. If you get with a man at your level, which is low, man. How you know that?
It's also kind of funny because my half brother is not geriatric, and he was probably the worst of us. And then me and my brother were part geriatric pregnancy. So,
What do you mean, health wise?
well, not health wise, but he's kind of stupid. But like, we're all technically healthy.
But But does he have a different father?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe his father was
Was dumb.
stupid. Yeah, like that's much more likely
but
than that.
Either way, me and my brother are perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like I said, it's not a death sentence
Yeah,
upon your
but-
baby, but like it's just not ideal. That's all I'm saying. Problem is you're punching above your weight. If you get with a man at your level, which is low, man, he will treat you fine forever. But you wouldn't be happy with that, would you? So you will shoot higher, and that guy will hit it and quit it. Good luck. I love the advice.
I just feel like you treat it like a death sentence, though, because you basically cut it out of the equation altogether once they hit 35. Actually, once they hit 27, apparently.
No, I've actually been thinking about revising my number and allowing all the way up to like 28, I suppose.
Oh my
I
god!
suppose I'll go as high as 28.
That's barely a difference.
28 it's not a tremendous age, it's not the best age,
Oh my
but it's
God.
an acceptable age. I think it's programmed in men to find the most impregnable woman, so it's a good chance a lot of them are younger. That is like biologically based. This guy.
If you want kids, though, I mean, not everyone wants kids.
Yeah, sure. So like, go after the guys that don't want kids. Like
Yeah, pretty much.
Women before 30. Where do you work? How much is your salary?
Although it's kind of hard to go after the ones that don't want kids if you already have a kid.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Therein lies the catch-22. This is women before 30. Where do you work? How much is your salary? This is women after 30 with 2 kids. I want to find love. To answer your opener, yes. In general, men want a younger woman. So most 35-year-old guys won't want a 35-year-old woman. They'll want sub-30. But a 40-year-old would probably be interested. I mean, maybe, but it's actually less true because as men age, their dating value increases. As women age, their dating value decreases. So a man who's 40 is so much more established in his career, so much more economically attractive than a 30-year-old man. like, I mean, like this is talking about averages and generalities, but like a man who's 40 probably has his shit together, and he's probably got his pick of the litter of all the single women that are left, you know, which
I
is
mean, I don't know. There's a lot of 40-year-olds that don't have their shit together.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I like if you're, I think there's a correlation amongst what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
also, I do think there's a good amount of men that also date in their age range usually. Like the guests that we've had on are like talking about 50 to 60 and stuff, like while they're in their 60s. So like they're dating down in age, but still closer to their age.
Yeah, I do think that like, I do think that when you get to that, divorce age, which seems to be early 50s.
And like,
early 50s. It could even be,
and like some of the reason is like they say like they can't keep up with like young women. They don't want to really go through all like, and they can't really relate, and they can't like. There's a lot of things they at 60 you don't really want to do with a 20-year-old.
Yeah, I get that. Like I do think, I do think that there's some age where a lot of men are just like kind of broken. No offense, like where so much relationship trauma occurs, and it's probably in between the ages of like 49 to 59. I think at somewhere along in that decade, a lot of divorces. I'm sure if you pull up the data, like most divorces are probably occurring in that decade. And yeah, they're probably just not interested in some like naive, romantic. Woman. They would probably rather just get with like a realistic, dependable woman in her, early 50s, or where there's a lot in common and shit like that.
The majority of divorces occur among adults aged 25 to 39, with couples in their early to mid 30s being most likely to experience their first divorce, and roughly 60% of divorces involve individuals in this age range.
That's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. What is it, 29 to 30?
25 to 39.
Jeez. I wonder what age most marriages happen. Most marriages got to be happening younger than that. Like, probably.
Because I feel like a lot of divorces kind of happen early on too. Like some happen like after like 20 years, but like, for the most part, they're happening like 3 to 5.
Yeah, I guess like when we were kids, most parents like did the dutiful marriage, stuck together for 18 years or more until the kids were out of the house. Like my, parents' divorce was, and nowadays like they don't want to.
The average age for a couple entering their first divorce is 30 years old.
Okay, wow, that's crazy. Okay, so. Since Peanut's not gonna fucking come, we're just gonna do this without him.
It's 30.5 for men, 29 for women is their average.
It's weird because like my does the algorithm ever talk to you?
Light of Wisdom said, "Yo."
All right, so we're gonna get into Peanuts because Peanut just
Wait, what about the algorithm?
Oh, so, all right. So does the algorithm ever like speak to you? Like I've noticed that I think the algorithm is way more genius than we give it credit for. So like I noticed when I started watching like a lot of these Red Pill podcasts, right? The algorithm like they were always talking about, oh, women want a 6 foot tall Chad, blah 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 blah, 6 foot tall. And so, right after watching all that stuff, the algorithm would start sending me these like lifted shoes and shit like that, right?
Oh.
I think it's like a it's this big elaborate marketing strategy to try and push me like product.
Yeah.
And then. Like anytime, anytime it only happened once, but like it's not like ski equipment is a frequently purchased item, right? But like as soon as, you know, I started to prepare for one ski season, which I needed like ski clothes. It started like showing me a bunch of ski clothes, you know, and then like obviously I purchased that shit. I'm no longer in the market for it. The algorithm stops sending me that shit, and now my algorithm's showing me a lot of like, oh, are you in your mid-30s and you still haven't been
Are
married?
you masturbating to porn?
Are you in your mid-30s and still haven't been married? Don't worry, you just skipped over your first divorce. Like, I'm like, and now we're like talking about this shit. It's like, yo, like fucking.
You're always talking about the porn. Right?
I know, but like, it's just like, it's weird that the algorithms like, trying to like fucking get me to accept the algorithms trying to get me to accept the fact that like fucking I'm a, you know, victim of the sex recession or whatever, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
You skipped over your first one. Congrats.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you don't sound excited at all.
All right, so let's get into. Wait, what? All right, so why? I don't know. I don't even know how to find it. I guess I would go to my channel, right? Yeah, I would go to my channel. Now it's here, but I don't know where the other one is. Oh God, is this just going over our other one?
I mean, I think that's just, it's on to the next one. I don't think it's going over because I'm watching the
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. All right, let's. So Peanut just
As said, yo, as said,
What?
it's me light.
what up, Azan?
Why is it pronounced?
Because AZ.
I know. But
So Peanut just upsubbed from a $1 a month Patreon subscriber to a $5 a month Patreon subscriber,
Okay.
and we're gonna. I mean, I'm done fucking trusting the shit that people say. But he said, I'm gonna start giving you.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna start giving you $10 a show, and you guys are gonna build a parlay with me. But
Well, I guess he's not doing it today.
no. But so these are Peanuts parlays, and let me know if any of these sound oh fuck. Michigan State did not reach the Final Four, did they?
No. What
In
these are
neither
ones he already did.
in neither gender.
He has it in women's too.
I don't know. I'm not. I can't tell
It
which
definitely
this is.
It's gotta be men's. 'Cause
Okay.
Michigan State's not that good. At
Okay.
women's.
So, well, all right. So he made a $10 wager. Tennessee to get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Houston
I
to
know
get
he
to
likes
the Elite
Tennessee.
8. Arizona to get to the Sweet 16. Maryland to get to the Sweet 16. Michigan State to get to the Final Four. He had a $10 wager. He could have cashed it out for $135.75. See, I feel like this is where we could actually be of service because we probably would have advised him to just cash out. Like, why not? You know what I mean?
I feel like he thinks that all the time too, but doesn't go through it.
Yeah, like if you're showing a cash out for
As said, Michigan State all the way.
if you got a cash out for a 13xer, take it. You're literally never gonna go broke if you consistently 13x your investments. Like that is, this is greed getting you here. You know what I mean? The total payout's only 400. Yeah, that's a 40x. But take your 13 times the investment. That's what I would say. And maybe he did. Like we're not able to talk to him right now, so we don't know. Then he has. Is this the exact same thing? I think. Yeah, this is the exact same thing. Then he has Florida Panthers money line against the Islanders. That hit.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles alternate spread against the Chiefs. That hit. Canada money line against Sweden. That hit.
I'm assuming that's hockey.
Yeah. UConn women's basketball championship winner. Are they even in it?
They are. They're the Final Four.
Okay.
And I would cash out because
Okay.
I do really like Paige Beckers and UConn, but like, and it helps that USC lost their best player and they beat them because of it. But South Carolina is really good. Texas is really good. Who am I forgetting? Probably an even better team actually.
But yeah, I mean, this one.
I mean, that could actually still happen. It's just
This also has Los Angeles Lakers NBA champions.
I mean, it could, but like I
Ten.
because Luka coming in has been really a big spark for them. But I don't know if they're gonna win the whole thing.
$10 to win 10,000.
UCLA, UConn could win. It actually South Carolina just beat Texas, and UConn's playing UCLA right now.
Oh wow. So that did you hear what I said? $10 to win 10,000.
Jesus, what is his cash out?
I didn't capture the cash out. I would assume
If you
probably maybe like 900, 800, or maybe 1,000, but usually
it'd probably be a lot less than that because
yeah.
the Lakers aren't really favored.
Let's
Neither
guess
is
like
UConn.
$700 or something. I'm pretty sure he took that after the Luka Doncic trade though. So
Well,
like
yeah, or like right.
I think
no, because this is like how would he have had the Chiefs Eagles
that's a good point.
in there?
Okay, so
Why did we pick the Lakers that early? What?
Okay, then he has
That's why it must be 10 for 10,000 because they definitely weren't favorites back then.
then he has Charlotte Hornets beating the Los Angeles Clippers. He's such a
That's so
Franken.
random.
He's such a Frankenmuth better.
Just like random day picks.
But-
like I don't understand.
And he mixes it with futures like
Yeah,
championship picks. Like so, it's Charlotte Hornets beating the Clippers. It hit. Buffalo Sabres to beat the Nashville Predators. It hit. Colorado Avalanche to beat the St. Louis Blues. It hit.
Oh my
Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl. It hit. And then Phillies to win the World Series. Like it's just.
God. That's like a whole 6 months away.
I know, like
More than that.
It get-
Yes, said the Hornets beating the Clippers. Wow.
Well, what happened?
it does give him like a long time to cash out,
Sure.
which I guess is like good.
I guess.
Oh, and then Texas Longhorns to win the FBS championship.
For next year?
Yes. January 18th, 2026.
Oh my god.
So
I mean, they're not gonna have Quinn Ewers or wait, they
It's-
still are gonna have Quinn Ewers.
it's
right?
just-
and Manning.
this is the all right, but see, I think here's why I think he does it strategically.
Probably
So long,
cash out.
yeah, so long as the Phillies are like playoff bound, so long as
Mhm.
Texas is looking like playoff bound, then it's gonna.
The cash out will go up.
Oh, so this cash out, this was a $5 bet. Cash out's already 41.
$41.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not.
if he
$10,000.
if he hits the whole thing, $5,500 as a
I thought you said it
payout.
was 10,000.
That was the other one.
Oh.
But yeah, so he's probably
this
doing.
doesn't involve UConn and it's just the Phillies and the.
No, the
Texas.
yeah. One of them was Michigan State.
Mhm.
One of them was UConn and the Lakers. One of them's Phillies and Texas. And then he submitted me a parlay today. Let's see what you think about it. And I think these.
Before anything.
Yeah, this was like this morning. So tell me if any of these games are ongoing right now.
Okay.
Dallas Mavericks plus 9.5 to the Clippers.
9.5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad bet. Like, Mavericks versus who?
Clippers.
Clippers. I mean, you're getting the plus 9.5.
That game might not have even
And
started
it's-
yet.
Yeah, because it's in
Okay.
LA.
Padres versus Cubs. That was going on already.
Didn't the Padres
Wait.
lose?
No, I'm sorry. This is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Padres versus Cubs. So he's obviously going with the Padres.
Cubs are beating the Padres today.
Padres are beating the
Or
Cubs.
they beat the Cubs today.
Yeah. I mean, they're the superior team by
What,
a
the
lot.
Cubs?
No, the
no, I'm
Padres.
sorry, the Cubs beat the Padres.
Oh, okay. Well, he's doing it for tomorrow with Pivetta on the mound.
And the Dodgers swept the Cubs, so.
And then he's taking UConn minus 7.5 versus UCLA. What's the score there?
I mean, it just started.
Okay. Wait, so I don't gamble. What is plus 9.5? That means that
They have to win by 10, or when it's plus 9.5, they can lose by 9 and you win the bet. So,
okay.
Like say, so for the Mavs, if they lose to the Clippers by
Oh.
9 or anything better than that, like they lose by 8 or so on, or if they win, then you win that portion.
I forget that the Mavericks are trash now because all they
You
have is
thought
like
they were favored?
Anthony Davis and
Yeah.
like a 40-year-old fucking Kyrie. Okay, so then UConn has to win by 8 in order for Peanut to
I mean,
or
UCLA is not a bad team. I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
if
what
I like that.
is that's what
And
that's what
like,
negative 7.5 means, right?
UCLA is the 1 seed. UConn's the 2 seed. Not that like because UConn's always good anyway. But like, I wouldn't take a 7.5 on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they can still do it.
All right.
Right now it's 9-4 UConn.
All right. Well, speaking, guys, of still doing it, you could be old. You could have, erectile dysfunction, guys. You can still do it if you implement Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. Guys, it's time that we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men, it's our duty to perform, whether it's at our jobs, on the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom. There's no description that does justice to the confidence boost you'll receive when you rock the socks off your lover. Would you feel confident pushing all your money into Melania coin or Trump coin or fucking Dogecoin, any of these trash coins? Would you feel fast and furious whipping a 68 jalopy in a drag race? Would you feel like a magician if you came to the stage a few jacks short of a full deck? No, you wouldn't. So why are you going to battle in the bedroom with groggy privates? The only blue pill we endorse at the Good Faith Podcast is It's Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. And yes, talking about those pills that make you want to run a double marathon under the covers like David fucking Goggins. Forget about overpriced Hims, Romans, Blue Chews. It's Mr. Nasty Time as the real deal at an amazing price that won't let you down and can't be beat, pun intended. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if she cancels on me and I'm stuck with Daenerys' untamed dragon in my trousers? We'll say Dracarys to that. Now you're in control. Fear not. I've personally tried these bad boys, and it's a lot more mellow than you'd expect. You can pop one over drinks and appetizers, and it's not going to give away your position. Or, due to the quick-acting effect, you can just go to the bathroom real quick, pop one in, and be ready to handle business. Mr. Nasty delivers his products in discreet packaging, but for a fraction of the outrageous cost that they do. Around here at the GFP, we're about leveling up, and why not level up your sex life? And check out It's Mr. Nasty Time to get your mojo back. Scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. Let this atrocious stock market be the only thing getting you down and save yourself the headache of a lackluster sex life. It's Mr. Nasty Time. All right, let me take that down. Do you have any closing remarks you want to talk about? You want to talk anything more about this shitty market?
Not really. I guess just like get out and try and find a better investment right now, like a CD or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Or even just going in SQQQ.
You could do that. Although I will say, all right, like my apprehension to doing that, because I have been thinking about it.
You did the whole SQQQ thing when the market was good, so that's why it wasn't.
No. The thing is, I did it at the tail end of bad. Like obviously, you don't know when the market's gonna stop being shitty.
Well,
so like
for this case, you kind of know it's gonna last.
Yeah, you know it's just starting, so it's actually probably but it still would be extremely risky.
A few days ago.
I think I don't know. Do you think I should just put like $90,000 into SQQ? Like,
I feel like that's a lot, but like you could if you want, because I think it, for the most part, it's gonna be going down for a few months or so. Whatever, like, if they ever realize this is such a bad idea to tariff every fucking country, but I don't know if I'd really want to put that much money into
maybe like
just SQQ.
20,000.
Sure. I mean,
It's a perfectly viable solution, and if you're paying attention to the technicals of shit, if you know how to read it, if you know how to read charts, if you're like well versed, it could be very profitable. Problem is like you're gonna have to incorporate taxes if it's profitable for you, and if it's not profitable for you, then
it's also a short term thing. You can't. I wouldn't advise holding on to it for a year.
Yeah. So the problem that I had was I did this too late in the bear market of 2022-ish or
era.
Yeah, like I did it right at the end of COVID, and the market turned around right in the middle of me doing it, but I do feel that this bear market is just beginning. Like it probably is not such a bad thing to do, honestly.
Because like it's basically like the start of COVID, which would have been a good time to do it.
I think I'm talking myself into doing this, which is probably like.
I'm glad you're at least listening to me now.
No, but
you were planning on never selling and saying that you wanted to stick it out with all these other companies, even though they went down so much the first day.
Yeah, I mean, like a 5% day. It doesn't sound all that much when. Yeah, like it doesn't sound like that crazy until you're talking about having like 6 figures invested in the market.
And
Light of Wisdom said, "If you got instincts to do it, you should, my man."
And also, that's 5% on like the market, but like a lot of stocks you're in could be doing like 10% or worse.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, especially those assets that are tied to QQQ, which I would be inversing in. But I think I will. Maybe I won't do it with like all of the money that I have available.
Yeah.
But
obviously, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But
yeah,
you have other places as well anyway that you have investments in anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm talking myself into doing this.
Well, I think I'm helping talk you into it too.
Guys, if there's anyone who's like smarter than us, like please. Please, like
I don't think they're watching us.
Yeah, probably not. All right, but yeah, I think I'm gonna fucking fuck it. YOLO. I'm a YOLO fucking like the better part of like fucking.
I think I'm probably gonna put in around like 8,000 to 10,000
in SQQQ. Yeah. My only advice is, all right, you should research what decay is.
Decay.
Yeah, because it's tied to these triple.
Like D, like decay?
Yeah, DECAY. Like, look up on Investopia about how does decay impact SQQQ. So, it is a triple leverage. All right, so SQQQ is not just reversing the market; it's triple leveraged reversing the market. So, if QQQ goes down 1%, SQQQ goes up 3%. So, like. I don't know. I'm not like a total expert, but I know that like if something just goes down in a straight line, you're gonna make a ton of money. But if something bounces up and down, it's gonna like the decay is going to eat your, your profits. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's why it's supposed to be like a short term.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so like,
it's like betting it all on black.
Yeah, it's a very risky thing that I'm not necessarily confident in. Every time I get like really risky, I always like regret it. So I kind of don't want to do this.
Do all. That's what I'm saying. Don't do like 90,000, maybe 20,000, but like.
All right, I think
because then you still got like a good 3/4.
Yeah, like if I'm even just making fucking $100 a day, I'm gonna be fucking happy. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to I don't need to fucking win it all on
On black.
one bet. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like then I'm probably gonna just like my compulsions and my degeneracy is probably gonna just get like fed, and I'm gonna be like, yes, this is the way. Like I'm gonna fucking do it, and then I'll who knows what'll happen. So. All right, that's the only closing remarks you have is bet it all on SQQQ. Also,
not all of it. I don't actually just do like you can put some in there.
yeah, you
Just
should.
like mix up because you obviously want to like diversify your portfolio. So like
Bet it on all the inverse.
That's not really diversified.
VIX, I think it's UVXY or DXY or something like that. I think it's UVXY.
UVXY.
I think it's something like that.
And
And
VIX,
SQQ.
and
Yeah.
SQQQ.
They're like the devil, the devil ETFs. They're like,
Uh-huh.
if you look at their asset structure, it's like just a bunch of like bond swaps and shit like
yeah,
that.
I looked at SQQQ. It's like all treasury bonds.
Yeah, like
and stuff. And
yeah,
then there were a few things that I forgot what exactly was there, but
yeah. But it's very complicated and it's very risky. But no risk, no reward. So if you're feeling, would it be crazy?
probably. If you're
Would it be great? Because I think you can convert your company 401k
Oh my
to
God,
SQQQ.
Don't go doing that.
I can like change.
I can change that. Yeah, but when are you gonna do it? You're probably gonna forget about it, or like.
I'm doing it Wednesday. I'm going
No, I
in
mean-
when.
I mean, like when you switch back, or like you're probably not gonna switch back in time.
All right. All right. Well, guys, if you stuck with us this whole time, thank you. If you ditched us, fuck you.
Well, maybe just that one.
If you but
How dare you?
if you ditched us, how dare you? Like if you said you were gonna be here and you didn't have integrity, fuck you.
James Brennan said, LOL, I just joined.
Yeah, alright, continue for the next 2 minutes.
Once again, we want to humbly
Let's do
thank
that
our
back.
listeners and pay them ample gratitude for their patronage. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have such a high quality interactive show. So thank you, audience.
Peanut, you missed it. We just talked a lot of shit on Trump.
I'd like to. What would I like to do? I'd like to take this time to remind all of our listeners that we're spreading like a virus. The Good Faith Podcast is now officially on YouTube, live with video as well as archived there, and also Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, RSS.com, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, and Patreon. On Patreon, we're working to build additional value for the multiple tiers of donors with special content, super chat priority, and VIP in-person meetings. We do value your attention, so thank you for quieting your TikTok brain for the last 3 hours. This is a reminder, if you feel that you got any value from our show, it takes basically zero extra work to like and subscribe, and it'll move us closer to our goal of having thousands of subscribers, which will bump us up in the algorithm and expose us to more potential listeners. If you guys want to share us with more of your friends, we'd be absolutely delighted to extend our outreach. Peanut, you're just getting in here. Thumbs up. Turn on the alarm bell. Fucking subscribe, and anybody that you can. Do whatever you can. I mean, you're already a huge help, and we really do value you, Peanut. But thumbs up the video. It'll help us for the algorithm. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. If you're interested in joining our movement, it's hashtag. That means I respect you only because your opinion aligns with my own. Feel free to retweet the hashtag. Also, stay cognizant to treat people with identical worldviews to your own with dignity and respect. Then, if somebody's opinion deviates from yours in any way, our movement advocates for treating them like absolute shit. Remember, a civil level of respect is only earned by people who mirror your beliefs. Hashtag. If you live in the greater Philadelphia area, want to guest star on our show, want to go on a date with anybody, please reach out to us in an Instagram DM at Christopher
As
Bulick.
said, great episode.
Thanks. Patreon link is in the description, and all proceeds will go towards rent, food, electricity, new computer equipment to improve our general show quality, and gambling on SQQQ, and Clark's medical expenses, and gambling on Frankenmuth parlays.
I thought that was Peanut's
Well, like I mean, who knows? I'm gonna put the Patreon money wherever I think it could be of
Okay.
best use.
I thought we were going to spend it on useless shit.
No, I'm not gonna do anything irresponsible with it. So I'm not gonna gamble it on SQQQ. I'm not gonna gamble it on Frankenmuth 5-leg
That should be your
parlays.
opener now. Instead of like,
Okay, I like that. Instead of talking about Tulum and like
I will not
Harrier
gamble
Jets.
on useless shit.
I like that. I had something. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because if you gamble, you get nothing.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Didn't I have another soundbite that I was going to start using as like a farewell? Thought I did, but maybe not.
I don't know.
All right. I guess not.
It was probably that one.
Yeah, I think I was gonna start using that as like a farewell to all of our faithful audience.
Class, the audience are a bunch of hoes. Yep.
We wish you a wonderful weekend, a happy and healthy lifestyle. To all of you, we bid you goodbye.
Gone. Goodbye. If you need money, sell rocks. I heard that's what they do around here.